What is up, everybody? So it seems like American Football Network and the Football Expert are having some technical difficulties here. So I guess I'm just going to carry the stream until they come back. We are going to be live here for Boise State, Washington, as Happy Hodag is in the chat. There you go. There they are.
All right, yeah, we're back. We're back. We're getting ready to go live for Boise State, Washington, but right now this Colorado TCU game is must-watch football. 45-42 Colorado on top of 4:13 to go in the fourth. I don't believe Boise State, Washington have started yet.
Yeah, right now I've got ABC pulled up on one of my TVs, and I've got it with still Tennessee, Virginia. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they haven't started yet.
They have kickoff in 7 minutes there in Seattle.
Okay, all right. So we'll flip to that one. That'll be about the time this game starts to wind down, so we can head over to that one. But man, Shedeur Sanders been looking very good. Chandler Morris been looking pretty good as well. He does have 2 picks, although one of them is not his fault on a superhuman play from Travis Hunter. But it's been a good week of or a good slate of games today, obviously. And then you look at last night, had a good game. Thursday night weren't as many good games, but there's still football on.
Yeah. Well, there was a good game between Nebraska and Minnesota. By the end of it, it wasn't a good game to start off with. It was
a good close game. Wasn't a very entertaining game. Is Morris going to take his check down right there, and they got a first down for TCU, so they keep it going after 2 busted plays on first and second.
But what are your initial thoughts about this Week 1 Saturday edition of college football here, Anthony?
I mean, it's been a good day so far. I watched a little bit of this TCU Colorado game. I'm excited for this next time slot. Aiden Tempesta saying we are Penn State. Aiden, no, let's go Mountaineers. You're going to beat us by 3 touchdowns. But still, let's go Mountaineers. Big day for college football this first Saturday where everyone's playing, and it's been decent so far.
Yeah, it definitely has been an entertaining day, and has definitely shown some good ability to have a lot there going on. So with this Colorado TCU game, you definitely have 2 behemoths playing between Chandler Morrison and Shedeur Sanders, like Lincoln talked about earlier at that quarterback battle. TCU getting another first down here with 3:20 left on the clock. 45-42 is the score as TCU is continuing to drive a big game here for the Horned Frogs.
Yeah, I'm currently – can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sweet. I'm currently trying to figure out – I thought I had my TV set up, but something with it is not working. So I guess we're just going to – there we go. Let's see if this is – I thought I put the antenna in, but I guess I didn't put it in all the way. So I'm just going to use the old streaming cast.
Okay.
Wow. Both teams closing in on 600 total yards in this game. Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders has almost 500 total passing yards.
Yeah. Yeah, the Colorado Buffaloes are at I believe it's at 577, and TCU's at like 553.
Yeah.
So crazy offensive game here in this one.
So yeah, everyone in the chat, make sure to drop a comment if you haven't yet, and just give us your thoughts on this big matchup coming up in Seattle. Boise State, Washington. Washington, number 10th ranked in the country at Husky Stadium.
Oh yeah, for sure, it's going to be a good one.
And if you haven't yet, just make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well, and leave a like.
TCU run game was really working earlier. Seems to have slowed up a little bit here in this one.
Only 2 minutes left in this game. Is TCU? This may be the final drive of the game. If you're Colorado, you do have to kind of start thinking about the time here and not letting TCU drag it out too much and be able to come away with the victory.
Yeah, as it seems like we're about to get to the start of this Boise State Washington game. As we have, what's your guys' clock? I'm 133 left in this TCU Colorado.
Same.
Okay.
So
we're right there with you.
124 left on the clock as TCU has the ball 3rd and 9 at the 38-yard line. Chandler Morris in shotgun. TCU is 10 to 16 on 3rd downs, so definitely very efficient. 110 left on the snap. Chandler Morris back out. Oh, and he passes behind his receiver.
They're actually at the 43.
43, okay, never mind.
So they're going to have to go for it. Can't kick a field goal from here.
Yeah, so this is, I mean, you're in, as you said, Lincoln, 4-down territory here.
This is basically the game. So
yeah.
TCU only 2 timeouts with 1:04 left.
Chandler Morris drops back and gets under pressure and gets it out to his player, but it's going to be short. Colorado is going to win this ball game, folks. Colorado and Deion Sanders is going to get their first win of the season. It is going to start out 1-0 with the Horned Frogs probably dropping out of the top 25 with losing to an unranked Colorado team.
And you know how the meeting is with Deion in Colorado. They'll probably be in the top 25 after this win. I mean, it's a nice win. TCU is not a top 20. They're not the same team they were last year.
No, not at all.
Overranked, in my opinion, coming into the season. I don't even think I put them in my top 25 coming into the season when I did mine versus the AP poll. So, but yeah, Colorado will definitely be top 25 next week, and they will try and hype them up as much as they can. But a good win there for the Buffaloes on the road against number 17 TCU. And so now it is time for Boise State and Washington. I'm excited for this one. But we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. All right, well, we are back as this game is getting ready to kick off. Washington versus the Boise State Broncos. As it looks like Washington's going to get the ball to start here. That incredible offense they have, led by Michael Penix. I think they might have the best passing attack in the country. Depends on what Ohio State's quarterback's situation ends up looking like, but Washington, a deadly passing attack, definitely top 3, and they're going to put some points on the board. You're going to have to outscore them for sure. Their defense isn't the best. It'll be a little bit better than last season, but it is not the
some
best.
Explosiveness, a run all the way across the midfield mark. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of Boise State. 1st and 10 for the Huskies.
I believe there's one, maybe even two Boise State guys down. They got nailed on some of those blocks. All clean
they
blocks,
did.
but they got absolutely nailed on two guys got absolutely nailed.
And a great run there.
I think they're both down.
They weren't down for that long.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay, I think I'm back with you guys. I updated my thing.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, sweet. So, yeah, 14:50 left here. And it's going to be 1st and 10. As you guys have, Michael Penix. And I see George here in the chat saying, where's this game being played? It's American Airlines Field at Husky Stadium in Washington is where this is being played today.
A good defensive tackle for loss there as Washington's going to lose 2. 2nd and 12 after a good defensive stop from the Broncos.
So I'll ask you guys, spread here, 14.5. So who are you picking to win and who are you picking to cover?
I got Washington winning 14.5, though.
I got Washington winning. I'm picking Boise State to cover the line, though. I'm going to take the Broncos line-wise.
I think I am too, because both these teams have good offenses. It's week 1. I don't think Washington's just going to come out and kill them week 1.
I'm going to agree with you guys.
And as it's starting out, Washington's starting out slow, and they're playing conservative. Just a 3-yard run there to be 3rd and 9 for them after the big kickoff return.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cody in the chat, TCU with the loss, close game there. As also, I can officially say that the Badger season is underway. I've got that game on my second TV, and it's they've got about 11 minutes left in the first quarter, and Luke Fickell's first game as head coach.
Big 3rd and 9 here. If Boise State can get a stop, that'd be huge from their own 40 or Washington at the Boise State 48. Penix dropping back to throw under pressure.
And
he's going to be sacked.
Yeah.
Down at the 46-yard line of Washington. Lost some yardage there on that drive, as it is going to probably pin Boise State deep on their first possession, but a great defensive showing from the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing phenomenal defense here.
Gave up right there, and Boise State able to get pressure on Penix and get to him for the sack there, and that'll bring out a Huskies punt.
Yeah. So with 12:56 or so here left in the first quarter, and as you guys said, midfield, it's going to be Washington punting, and here it comes.
Nice punt back there. Boise State will take over from the 15. So good punt there. Probably could have pinned them a little bit farther back, but you'll take it. As Taylor Green, the quarterback for Boise State, leads the Broncos out. Says on the screen right now, last season he's the only freshman with 10-plus passing and 10-plus rushing touchdowns. He leads a very dynamic and explosive Boise State offense out onto the field. If he can connect on the deep ball and get some deep accuracy on his passes, he's going to be a very good quarterback for this Boise State team, and they're going to be a pretty dangerous offense. So I'm excited to see what they got going in this football game.
Yeah. George, Wisconsin's playing Buffalo here today.
So 1st and 10 here for the Broncos. Ball at the 15-yard line. Got some motion here, some misdirection. Handoff, going to get about a yard on the play, maybe about a yard and a half.
Yeah.
That one wasn't going anywhere at all for them on that play.
So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button to all the channels that the video is on, as well as my channel. I'm the football expert. And make sure you especially check out College Football Roundup, as we will have some exclusive content coming out on there every single week. 2nd and 9 here from the Broncos from the 16-yard line. A little bit of a kind of screen pass. There wasn't really blockers, but it looked like it was supposed to be a screen pass. About 6 yards on the carry, or on the pass. Is going to get 3rd and 3, so short 3rd down here for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Washington's offense move not incredibly quickly, as you guys said, it conservative, and Boise State just trying to get a start here to the season. As that's a huge run for Wisconsin all the way to the 20-yard line by Braylon Allen. But here, back in this game, we've got Boise State with men in motion, the snap,
Ooh.
and it's going to be a pass forward. Did he get it? No, we didn't. So incomplete. 4th and 3 now for the Broncos.
Just completely dropped that pass on the out route. Kind of needed that. Not just for momentum, but in terms of field position, would have been nice to pick up a first down or two to not only help your defense rest, but to really give yourself some room. As Jalen McMillan is back to return this punt, he's a pretty explosive receiver back there for Washington.
Yeah.
He got some wheels. Like to see him get one with some room to run. As a very
And
good punt there, that's going to send him back all the way inside the 20. The
Wow.
coverage team down there for Boise State, and he's going to be thrown out at the 17. What
a
a
great
punt there from Boise State to back Washington up and really flip the field. Yeah.
Position.
Yeah, some great defense there on the part of special teams. Cody Hankins in the chat. What is y'all's college football playoff predictions? Guys, I'll let you go first.
You want to start us?
Okay, so we'll start off with the two, I think, most obvious ones. I think that Michigan goes undefeated in their Big Ten schedule, and I think Georgia makes the playoff once again. These aren't in particular order. I'm not doing that. But Michigan, Georgia. Number 3 is going to be I'm going to go with Washington. I think that they make the playoff again.
Okay.
I don't. Here's the prop. I'm going to go with Oregon.
Oregon, okay.
And then the 4th team I'm going to go for. I got to pick my Irish, number 4. I think that they go 11-1. I think that that's kind of good enough to get in the playoff. So those are my 4. The last 2, it's a toss up. Like, I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I'm going with Georgia, then Michigan, just like you did. And then I think Ohio State gets in with just one loss again. I think, well, I don't know.
I think Ohio State's quarterback, because they just named Kyle McCord, and it was
either one, McCord or Devin Brown. I don't think it really matters when you have those receivers. I think the biggest thing for Ohio State is the defense. But I think Ohio State will make it. And then I don't believe in the Pac-12. I think they beat each other up. I don't think that there's going to be a team come out alive from the Pac-12. And then I don't think it's going to be an only Big Ten SEC college football playoff.
Okay.
I think there will be somebody else that gets in. So I'm going to go for my 4th spot, either Clemson or Florida State.
Okay, so I'm going to go I'm going to agree with you guys. Georgia and Michigan 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. I'm not too sure on. I mean, I could see Ohio State having an argument. That I actually learned this morning. Kind of little Philly fact. Ohio State's quarterback Kyle McCord, as well as Marvin Harrison Jr., their star receiver, high school teammates here in Philly at St. Joe's Prep. So you and JJ McCarthy also went there. But I maybe see them making it. I'll put them. So I want to put them in there. I guess I will. And then Bama, I could see making it. And I could see one of those teams, Bama, LSU, whoever. But I'm going to go number 4. I'll go Florida State.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there you go, Cody. Those are our predictions. As Washington on 1st and 10, they're going to throw with Penix and got us tied in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice little 6-yard. I don't think you realized the defender behind him slipped. I thought he was about to get hit.
Yeah.
As Wisconsin, by the way, up 7-0 after a Chez Malusi touchdown run and a PAT.
So my guy transfer from Clemson there.
Yeah, Braylon Allen had a lot of big plays on the drive, but Malluzzi finished it.
Interesting score here. Rice is up 3-0 on Texas with 10 to go in the first quarter.
Okay.
Probably just got 4.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, I
have no issue
need
seeing
to.
Texas lose, but
Oh yeah, I'm not. I have no issue with that at all. I'd be happy to see that. So 3rd and 2 now for Washington, and Penix is going to throw first down.
7. No, 4 or 7. That's supposed to be really delayed.
You guys there?
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
So, 1st and 10 for the Huskies at their own 35. 9:35 left on this clock. A good job here from the Huskies on their second drive. Much better than the first drive.
A little jet sweep action here, and they'll get about 2. All right, so next commercial break, we're going to be ready for Anthony's trivia question.
I literally just pulled it up. I have it right now.
Okay, all right. Well, what that?
So
we'll get
yeah.
that talking up for the first quarter next commercial break.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, it looks like we got a 2nd and 8 here for Washington, and they're gonna have men in motion, and the snap goes to Penix. He'll throw, and that's going to be short of the first down, but pretty close. So it'll be 3rd and short now for the Huskies.
What a catch on that one. Had to readjust. The throw was kind of behind him, but had to be based on where the defender was playing.
Yeah.
Be that bad.
No, not that bad. I don't think Penix necessarily meant to do it, avoiding pressure, getting hit as he threw it, but still able to complete the catch as they go empty backfield here on 3rd and 1. So this will be interesting. Now they
get the guy back. Yeah.
Now they shuffle around and bring the running back in.
And
so
now
he throws it into the screen, and he is stopped. Just walking there on the outside from the wide receivers of Washington, and definitely
I couldn't tell if a flag came out or if that was a mouthpiece. Yeah, that was his mouthpiece.
Yeah, great stop there by the Broncos defense.
Man, the Broncos defense has really showed out this game so far. They played really well.
They're making it easy for me on the graphic, too, with the score.
Yeah.
Not having to change it much yet. Yet again, this is why I picked Boise State to cover the spread, just because these two teams are starting out slow. It's a slower game. And I think that Boise State has the offense to keep up with them. And, they might be down 2 touchdowns, but again, if they lose by 14, they still cover. But right now, it's not looking like either team's going to be able to score, as the punt will be ruled a fair catch at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm just updating my thing there. And so you guys ready for your trivia?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, everyone in the comments, if you weren't here last night for our live stream on American Football Network, Football Expert, and College Football Roundup, we started a thing where we're doing Anthony's trivia question of the quarter. And today's question, if it will load, is, here we go. What is the highest number of overtimes played during a college football game? Lincoln and Reichley, I'll let you guys get your answers, and comments, go ahead and play along as well.
Right now, the most I can think of actually watching is 9 between Penn State, Illinois a few years ago.
I think it's 11. I'm going to go with 11.
That's what I was thinking. I'll go 10.
Okay, so the highest amount of overtimes played in college football history is 7.
What?
According to this. Now, that could be wrong, but according to this, it was 7.
Well, Penn State and
Yeah,
Illinois played 9 a
Yeah,
couple of years ago.
2021, Penn State, Illinois went 9 overtimes.
Okay, I'm going to let me check it then, just to make sure.
They might do that differently since the new rule of the 2-point conversions, because that was that time. So 7 probably would have been LSU A&M,
Correct,
which
yeah.
is what caused the rule change. Now that I think about that,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the longest is the DraftKings is saying that the longest is Illini Nittany Lions, but this doesn't even tell me what game it was on this other one. But also, Uneducated Sports Talk in the chat. What's up, UST? Hope that you're doing good, as you're always grinding with your streams.
oh yeah, how's it going? Hope you're doing good, man. Good to see you in the chat and joining in on the stream. We appreciate having you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got another big stream tonight. Make sure you guys check that out as well. At 7:30, we're gonna have South Carolina, North Carolina on American Football Network, College Football Roundup, and the Football Expert. So make sure you guys are here for that one, as that will be a fun one. Eli did get in. Like a block.
Yeah.
That's a good block. That is.
Okay, so I'm just coming back from break here. Are you guys seeing right now? I'm seeing the stuff from Maui. Is that what you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And
So we got it 1st and 10 now for Green and this Boise State offense at the 10. Drops back to throw. He throws it. He's got a man on the out route, but looks like the ball popped out. It was going to be a nice 14, 15-yard gain there. Not able to hold on to it. As we got VicTube in the chat.
VicTube.
Good afternoon to you. That was a good route, a good throw. Just wasn't able to complete the catch through the contact.
Yeah, and go Dogs today, Vic. Good luck against UT Martin. Yeah.
Tough game there. So for 2nd and 10 here for the Broncos, drop back pass, gets a throw off, has an open man, but overshoots him. 3rd and 10 here, as just a lot of chemistry between the wide receivers and the quarterback. It's kind of been
for either team, really.
Yeah.
Luckiest man got a hand on that. That would have been picked off pretty easily there by Washington, and they would have had the ball about the Boise State 25-yard line. So that wouldn't have been a good spot. That wouldn't have been a good spot for them to throw a pick at for sure.
Yes. So now on 3rd and 10, they've got a man in motion. Boise State does, and the quarterback is gonna get the snap. Looks, throws, and it's 1st down.
Yeah, nice little slant route there to Cobbs, able to catch the ball, make a little something out of it after the catch, and fight for that 1st down marker. So we have our first down by an offense in the game, correct? No, Washington. Yeah, that's right. Actually, did they though?
Yeah,
they did. Okay, that's right. Yeah. And then they.
And the one, the only, the legendary Joey Foster is in the chat saying, howdy, 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 everyone, howdy, Anthony and Jay, or just Anthony. It's just me. My dad's upstairs, but I'm joined by the football expert in American Football Network.
And it's completed all the way down to the 39.
Wow.
Play of the game. 1st and 10, Boise State inside of Washington territory, all the way down to the 39.
So
and Joey, go Mountaineers tonight.
Huge play there for Boise State, and that puts them up. That puts them up all the way, like you said, to the Washington 39-yard line, and they're in position now. We'll see if they can do something with their good field position. That was Cobbs again. But yeah, welcome in, Joey. Glad to have you a part of our stream. And it looks like Green's going to take off for the first time on his legs, and he'll slide down after a gain of about 3.
Make sure that you guys go ahead and check out College Football Roundup and hit that subscribe button over there at Roundup, as there will be some exclusive content coming out on there. as we continue to grow that channel.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Cody says, who do y'all have winning tomorrow, LSU or Florida State? We'll be streaming that game, so make sure you check that stream out. But I've got Florida State winning it. I just think LSU's lack of secondary depth and quarterback play is really going to hurt them. I think Florida State has a lot of weapons that can take advantage of that. But I still think it's going to be a closer game as there is a nice run on the 2nd and 7 from Boise State. A lot of bodies flying around after the play.
Another
That's going to be a first down for the Broncos.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll get my score prediction. I'll get my LSU Florida State prediction here in, and then I'll let Anthony talk about some West Virginia Penn State, as I think Joey wants you to talk about that. I do have LSU winning. I think that they just have the physicality a little bit more than Florida State, as well as the explosiveness. And I also like Jaden Daniels a little bit better at the quarterback position than Jordan Travis. I just think Jaden Daniels as a passer is a little bit more refined than Jordan Travis is. But you have another great ball here from another quarterback. Though
Wow.
He did get
call
a
it
foot
a catch.
Let's catch.
14-yard line did kind of surprise the quarterback. He's like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah,
we
hurry
caught
up.
that.
Yeah, he's saying hurry up, but he's in.
Yeah, he did get in. Definitely catch follow through. So even if they do review it,
snap it, and they're gonna blow it. They're gonna go review it, but that's a catch for sure.
Yeah.
So, it looks like you've been put on the spot. What's your score prediction for West Virginia Penn State?
So, well, first of all, I'll say I'm going to take LSU in that LSU Florida State game. Close though. Joey, I don't know. So, I've got Penn State. I think West Virginia covers. I'll go. I really want us to win. I just don't think it's going to happen. We'll go Penn State 35, West Virginia 20. We'll say West Virginia 20, 35-20. I don't think it'll be that close. I think it'll be actually 35-24, 35-24. I think it'll be close for a decent amount of the game, but Penn State's going to pull away.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Personally, for me, I think I would take Penn State to cover the 21. I think that's about how much they win by is, 21-24. But, I mean, hey, you never know. It's week 1. We don't know what either of these teams are going to be. Penn State does have a lot of new young guys that they got to work in. Who knows? You could see West Virginia sneak up on them a little bit. And
that score is generous to West Virginia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Joey says he has Penn State at 34, West Virginia at 17. He thinks they cover. I can see that. I can see that. I think that's more of a better score than 35-24.
17. I was going to say 17, and I'm like, just forget it. I'm saying 24. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going with Penn State 49, West Virginia 14. So
wow.
I'm going to go out there.
Yeah,
I can see it. Penn State. Joey knows this. You guys know this. I'm not a big fan of Neil Brown. I'm not one of his big supporters.
Is anybody in West Virginia a big fan of Neil Brown anymore?
Oh, I know someone who's my mom and I were at lunch with someone when we were in West Virginia a couple weeks ago that said he's a Neil Brown fan.
I don't know how you really can be.
Yeah, I don't know how you can be at this point.
Yeah, West Virginia's over-under on wins, 4.5. You guys got the over or the under there?
We got to go over their schedule for that. Lincoln, do you want to pull up Anthony, do you want to pull up their schedule?
I'll get their schedule real quick.
Also, by the way, Buffalo tied 7-7 against Wisconsin.
Okay, I'm pulling up West Virginia's schedule here, so give me a minute. Is I want to kind of say the under, but I'm not okay. So we got the schedule, pulling it up here. I do have a loss in week 1, that's for sure. But we can continue to talk about this. The catch was confirmed, 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the 14-yard line. 4:14 left on the clock as Lincoln. Let's have their schedule.
All right, so obviously at Penn State, Loss.
Yeah.
Then they get Duquesne.
Win.
I have it as a win.
It's
So
a
we're
win.
1. Pitt at home. Loss.
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 Texas Tech at home.
Loss.
Loss.
At TCU. Loss.
Loss.
At Houston.
I'll go 50-50 on that one. I'll give them a half a point.
Yeah, I'll go with a half game right there as well. I don't really.
I'll say win.
Okay.
Then they get Oklahoma State at home. That's a loss.
Loss.
They go to UCF. I have that game as a loss. I just don't simply think they can score enough to keep up with UCF.
I agree.
Yeah.
Loss.
BYU at home.
I'll give
I'll
them a
give them
half
another-
game
yeah.
there, so I'm up to 2 wins.
Same. I'm gonna give them another.
Home, I'll say a win.
Okay.
They
You're
go
up.
at Oklahoma.
Loss.
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 Little update here from the Boise State game. 3rd and 2 as they get another 4-yard carry. 3:20 left on the clock as they get inside the 10-yard line. But continue on.
And then they get Cincinnati at home. I'll go with a win.
I'll go with the win. I'll give them 3.
Win.
Then they go on the road to Baylor. I have that as a loss.
I have it as a
Loss.
loss.
So I have them between, probably 4 wins at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I think I picked them in. I think I picked them in 4 games. So yeah.
Yeah, that's where I had them was at 4 and 8. So
Hand
I'm
off to
going-
Boise State. Gets
I'm
the
going
edge
under.
and touchdown Broncos. Broncos get on the board first, making it 6-0. As we'll update the score here with that. So big job there from the Broncos. As just getting out to the edge there and doing exactly what they needed to do.
Nice stiff arm to break a tackle. That stiff arm really kind of broke 2 tackles, but they go 10 plays, 90 yards, 4 minutes, 41 seconds, 9 yards a play. This drive obviously led by that huge 39-yard pass. And the extra point is up, and it is no good.
Wow.
Get the
Off
upright
the
on there.
crossbar.
I know. Yeah, I typed in on the score 7-0, thinking, all right, he'll make it. I'll just wait and make sure, and then I'll show it. But then I put it up. and-
Oh, wait a second. I'm picking Boise State. I am changing my pick to Boise State, and it has nothing to do with that touchdown. RG3 is the one calling this game. If anybody knows anything about RG3 calling games, we have upset alert majorly. Just to show some examples, we had Kansas and Oklahoma a couple of years ago. That was an almost upset game.
But NC State beat
NC
Clemson
State
at home.
beat Clemson. We had what's another upset game?
He did the Syracuse Clemson game
Yeah.
too.
Uh-huh.
Whenever at Syracuse when Clemson beat them 17-10.
Let's see, what is another game? He had that upset game. He had
Did he have TCU Baylor last year?
yes, he did have TCU
Yeah.
Baylor.
When
He
TCU
also
had to rush out onto the field to get the
Yeah.
extra point.
that
the
was a
field goal.
Fox. That was a Fox game.
Are you sure?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I think it was. Yeah.
Um,
I know. I can't think of the exact games, but he did a bunch. He did a bunch. Weird kick.
interesting.
Boise State about got to it. Kind of like a kick down to the 20, but Washington will get it and get to the 27 and start their drive from there.
Speaking of Baylor, we got Scotty B, the Baylor King, joining us here. Crazy that Colorado beat TCU despite TCU being 21-point favorites. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting game. Not one that you expected going into it, but Colorado just played their rear ends off. Shakur Sanders was 38 of 47, 510 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Just played really, really well and did exactly what they needed to in that game. So first hit here for the Huskies, Michael Penix is 5 for 5 so far today. Starting at the 27-yard line here, Penix in shotgun with his running back behind him, and a little bit of a weird, not T formation, but kind of like almost a looking like T. Michael Penix gets about 3 yards on a little bit of a delayed scramble.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to go deep there, and he just decided, I'm just going to run this.
Yeah, they showed now there was a man he had running deep. He just wasn't able to get open.
Yeah, with
you know,
2-minute coverage there.
got past the corner, but the safety came over.
Yeah, they were
helped
playing
out
cover.
nicely.
They were playing cover 2 there, and they could
Yeah.
cover 2.
2nd and 6 now for Washington. And Penix here is a man in motion. He drops back, throws
and
another
he's got
man over the middle for a
man
first
over
down.
the
He's
middle.
running, and he is going to be down at about the 30-yard line of Boise State there. A huge play for the Huskies.
Huge play, and that's what kind of jump-started Boise State's offense. We've seen the way they rolled after a big play like that. That might be what Washington needs in this football game to get back in it, as they are down to the 34-yard line now, where they continue their drive 1st and 10. Penix in shotgun, running back to his right. He is going to take the snap, drop back to throw again. Running back clears, going deep down the sideline. Almost had a man.
Wow.
And the catch would have been a touchdown.
Some
but it
good
falls
coverage,
incomplete.
though.
Oh, yeah, good coverage. Both of them. I'm glad they didn't throw a flag there. Both guys pulling on each other just as much.
Go!
That was
Oh!
Penix's first incomplete pass of the day. He's 6 of 7 for 58 yards. So, I mean, he's playing solid. The problem is he doesn't have anybody open down the field, and he's not getting any good blocks up front from his guys either. There's been several plays he's had to run out and escape pressure, as there is 1:09 left in the first quarter. Penix takes the snap in shotgun, looking to throw again. Throws, got
Plenty
a
of
man
time.
down to the 15.
Got him.
Defender fell down, and he's going to get all the way to about the 8-yard line, where they start
Beautiful play.
over and continue this drive with 1st and goal. His defender just slipped. We've seen a lot of that. There's been a lot of Boise guys slipping and falling down in this game.
Yeah.
And so that'll get Washington to the 8. They're looking to move fast. They got an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers spread out. Now they're going to do this little motion again, and they're going to bring a running back in and put 4 guys on the right side. They got trips to the bottom of the screen with a tight end. They're going to hand it off.
And
down to 4.
Got a few yards.
Maybe 3-yard line.
Yeah.
Second goal here for the Huskies is that probably is going to be the last play of the quarter, unless if the Huskies try to play hurry up, in which they're not. That will be the last play of the quarter. 2nd and goal for the Huskies at the 3-yard line as we head into the second quarter. We will take a quick break here before we get to some second quarter action between a 6-0 Huskies lead, or a 6-0 Broncos lead over the Huskies. So we march our way towards the second quarter.
Okay, so Lincoln and Reichley aren't quite back yet, but I'm here. So, yeah. We're here, second quarter. And let's see. We have in the Sorgi Stories chat 2 watching. But I don't know about all the other chats. So just make sure that everyone, if you haven't yet, drop a like and a comment. And yeah, so I guess I'll just do some play-by-play on this Buffalo-Wisconsin game. As Boise State isn't quite back yet. It's going to be second down here for Buffalo as they're tied 7-7 with the Badgers at about midfield at their own 45. And it's going to be a snap to the running back on some trickery, and the Wisconsin defense wasn't ready. That's going to be a first down after a hard-fought few yards. The quarterback for Buffalo, he looks to the sideline, and then the running back takes the snap. And the Wisconsin defense, it seemed like they were ready, but they just didn't know what was happening. They were ready for the play, but they were confused, and that's going to be not quite a first down there. So it'll be 2nd and 4, I'll say. As we are back here, so Washington.
All right. We are back now.
Washington.
Second and goal from the 4. We'll see what they can do.
3 guys at the top of the screen, 1 in motion as he hands the ball off
Swing
and
it
just
to him.
gets
Gosh.
lit up. Another terrible block there from
Clark for Boise State knew exactly what was coming. They were trying to get McMillan on a little swing pass and set up blockers on a little swing out screen, and Clark knew exactly what was coming, blew the blocker up, and just pushed him straight into McMillan and blew that play up. Lost 3 yards back to the 7. Now it'll be 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal here.
This here.
Make sure you guys go ahead and like the video down below if you have not already. 3rd and goal here. Hit the subscribe button up as well at the 7-yard line. Penix once again in shotgun formation. 3 guys to his top and 2 guys to the bottom. Penix fumbles the snap.
Oh, wow.
Throw a touchdown.
Going to be a touchdown.
There's that man, Jalen McMillan, the star receiver for Washington, with the touchdown. As that play looked doomed from the start, Penix, calm and cool, just picks the ball up, delivers a strike to his man.
By the way, welcome back, guys. I was before you came back and started talking about the Washington game, I was talking about the Wisconsin game a little bit.
Nice. Gotcha. How's that one going?
7-7. Buffalo had a trick play where the quarterback looked to the sideline and then the running back took the snap and ran it. Really off the Wisconsin defense, and that Buffalo got a first down off of it. But yeah, so 7-6, the Huskies lead, and just the fumbled snap there, but Penix recovers like a good quarterback does and gets McMillan in the back of the end zone. And it seems like the Badgers stopped Buffalo on 4 downs. So 1st and 10 for Wisconsin. But yeah, so Huskies lead. What do you guys think so far through this quarter and a minute about this game?
Been a good game. Been honestly what I expected. I expected both teams to start out pretty slow. Once the way Boise State's been playing, they seem like they've been getting some momentum, and that's kind of what's been fueling them a lot. But I expect
let's go!
I expect the scoring to start picking up a little bit more here.
Oh wow! Tanner Mordecai had a guy deep, wide open, and he just dropped it on his way into the end zone.
Man.
Oh, that would have been a touchdown, and he just dropped it. That's tough. That was Skylar Bell there. So the kickoff from Washington here with 14:09 left. It's away and back to the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback.
On this one. And around there, so I've got 7. Nice.
So
I think my team's the only team today not playing. between us.
Yeah.
Auburn up
Yeah.
7 on UMass. Pitt up.
Oh
42.
no!
State up 3-0 on Southeast Louisiana so far.
Buffalo interception. They take it all the way back to the Wisconsin 20.
So what's the score at?
Wisconsin Buffalo.
7-7 with Buffalo in the red zone, right?
Yeah. Mordecai had a guy, and he just and the great play by the defender. I mean, he was an absolute thought, but the defender got there as Boise State throws
I don't
first
mean to
down
interrupt
and
you.
more.
Got a man down the sideline, making a man miss, getting all the way down to the 35.
Wow!
30, first and 10.
Nice little
Broncos
misdirection kind of screen pass there. They got the guards slip out and nobody there to really for them to even really block. They didn't even have to slip out there. It was just wide open for Boise State, and a huge play now. And this is what I was talking about. I think, if these offenses can get a big play or two, it's really going to help pick up their momentum and just give them confidence that they're going to start scoring more points on the board. A nice 48-yard catch there as they look to pass it again. I would imagine as they have 5 wide receivers in green.
Yeah.
Back throw, going to throw it short as guys slipped again. Something's going on here. Boise State has been slipping all over the field. I haven't really noticed it from Washington, maybe a few times, but it seems like every other play, Boise State has a guy slipping. I don't know what's going on with that, as it looks like the Boise State running back George Holani is running off the field. I know he was a little bit shooken up earlier in the game.
Yeah, so now Boise State here on 2nd and 10, a man in motion, and they're going to snap it, and it's going to be a handoff to the running back, and they are not going to get any yards there.
Went absolutely nowhere, ran into a brick wall. Bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Boise State Broncos, who are in field goal position, though. We'll see if they can make this kick, if that's what they end up having to do.
And, yeah, so 3rd and 10 as they've got – okay, there, let's see. Man, Wisconsin just had a big defensive play. Got a deflection from one of the D linemen. So 3rd and 10 now, and we've got Boise State, a man in motion going from right to left. And the snap, it's going to be quarterback rolls out, and he's going to have a man.
Incomplete. Drop the ball.
No.
Nice play there from Washington's defensive backs to not only was this a nice play to get a hand in between the football and the receiver and break it up, but you look at the other receivers, they were just covered and Washington just corners just breathing all over them. They nowhere to go with that football whatsoever. Nice job there by the Washington secondary, as this brings up a 44-yard kick. We'll see if Boise State can convert.
It's a bad snap, but
It looked blocked.
And yeah,
Going to be
gonna
short.
Wow.
It looked blocked.
And
There's a
roughing
flag.
into the kicker. It may be roughing the kicker. A roughing the kicker is what you would need. It is going to be probably enough of a first down. Yep, it's going to be running into the kicker.
Into the kicker. 5-yard penalty.
What was it?
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. 5. You probably go for it here, right?
After that snap, that kick, and the struggles you've already had on special teams, I would probably go for it. So somebody obviously tipped the ball, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, somebody tipped it, but number 20 just kept on going. He wasn't the guy who tipped it and just took the kicker's legs out from under him.
It should be roughing the kicker, shouldn't it?
Because I don't think so, because it wasn't. Roughing is typically whenever it's intentional.
No.
So here we go.
Kick.
4th and 5. It's up. It's good.
You hit. If you kick.
If
you hit the plant leg, it's roughing. If you hit the kicking leg, it's running.
Okay,
the only reason why I know that is because I remember last year when they said that, and it's the same thing with the punt.
I think he took out the. I think he bumped. I think he first made contact with the leg that was up in the air that he kicked with.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the kick for the Broncos is good, and that makes it a 9-7 football game. So, I mean, it's been pretty interesting here. Both teams, obviously, that's a big mistake there for Washington. Is that you lose the lead off of that mistake.
Yeah,
On in this football game.
A 3-point mistake there for the Huskies. And are we ready for the trivia question of the quarter?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so I just need to load this up again. Okay, which college football wide receiver holds the FCS record for most touchdown catches in a season?
The FCS or FBS?
FCS.
Oh.
You know who it is. It's not that tough.
Jerry Rice.
Lincoln, you got a guess?
I'm trying to think if there's any others than that.
I just know Jerry Rice was good in the NFL and he played in the FCS. I don't know whether he was that.
Yeah, I don't know how he was in college. So, yeah, I'll go with Jerry Rice.
Well, you guys would be correct. It was Jerry Rice.
Yeah, whenever you said you should know him, that's what really got me started thinking Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, I wasn't sure how good he actually was in college.
I knew he was good.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how good his stats were, especially compared to the modern day. Like, you would think that somebody in the modern day would beat that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also earlier, Joey talking about Jake Posey, the Boise State guy. We might have to have him on one time for Boise State stream. So appreciate the suggestion, Joey.
Yeah, definitely. So make sure you guys like the stream, comment down your thoughts and opinions as we are getting some good amount of likes here on each of the channels. So make sure you check out all of that. Hit the subscribe button on all 3 channels if you have not already, or all four.
Oh, yeah, it's looking great. Streams have been doing good. We got about 100 views each stream last night, so that's good. Hoping to match those numbers again today.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been really good. We're gonna be right back. Hold on one second.
So as Lincoln and Reichley take a break there, I will just very quickly talk about here. So what do you expect at halftime? Halftime I'll be talking at least about all the scores of the games over the weekend so far, from Thursday, yesterday, and today. And then we'll be getting as well into all of the games tonight and tomorrow, and as well as Monday, as the kick to Washington goes back to the 20, and that's going to be a run all the way out to about the 35, where there's a huge scuffle, players on top of each other, a lot of pushing and shoving there, but that has been pretty quick resolve. Guys get up, and so 1st and 10 now, as the president of the Jordan Love fan club, as I will call him, Braden21 in the chat, saying, "Hey, what's up, Braden? Go Pack."
No, bear down, guys. Let's be honest. I'll try to do a live stream for that game with you guys if I have the ability to, and I think you guys may be able to next weekend. But I'm excited for that game, but I don't see anything but a Bears victory there.
Oh, no, you're right, Reichley. It'll be close. Hopefully we will be having – hopefully all 3 of us will be at some point this week talking about that game. So, just watch out for that video coming at some point, folks.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, I'm hoping to do a stream for that one.
I'm
a good game. First game of the Jordan Love era, but we got 2nd and 10 here for Washington. from their own 36. The handoff breaks a tackle, breaks another one up past the 50 to the 45, all the way down to about the 42-yard line of Boise State. What a run there, as it looked like he was going to get stopped for about a gain of 3 or 4. Again, you have a Boise State guy slipping on the field. That's the second tackle he broke. The guy slipped, got caught up trying to cut back. Now, that one might have just been he got his ankles broke. Play action, Penix, nowhere to go with the football, getting chased, and he's just going to have to throw it into the ground in front of his receiver there.
To anyone watching, if you haven't yet, I'll go ahead and drop the link for it. Make sure to sign up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We're going to be having a fantasy football draft. I'm going to drop that link in the chat. So if anyone wants to join us right now, I think we have 10 or 11 people signed up. And yeah, so we've got plenty of spots left for anyone who wants to join.
Penix looking good today, 10 of 12. The only 2 incomplete passes he had, the throwaway on the last play, and he had the pass that was dropped earlier as they get a nice little screen pass to get out to a first down, but it looks like they're signaling Holden as a Boise State guy's down on the field.
Yeah.
And it'll be Holden on Washington. They're back them up 10 yards on 2nd and 20 now. And, like I mentioned, there is a Boise State guy down on the field, so that is not something you want to see here in the first game of the new season for these teams.
Yeah.
He was holding that ankle. There's a good chance that ankle may be broken the way that it got fallen on. But we're going to take a quick break here as they're going to commercial break, and we will be back in just a minute.
All right. As we are back here, Lincoln and Reichley aren't, but I'm seeing here that the game is, as I'm watching a real Husky going up against, it would look like RG3 there on the sidelines in a race. As well
that was
last year.
That was an interesting race. As you see him racing last year, the bird.
Yeah. So always fun when RG3's around. Today he jumped into.
I don't know. That was
It was
close there
close.
at the end. That was close there at the end.
Today he was jumping off a boat pregame outside of the stadium. So now 2nd and
No, that was
15.
cold.
It looks like for the Huskies.
Actually, probably not. They've
And
got a
even
ton
in
of warm
September.
waters out there.
And Penix looks.
Bro, McMillan
Throw deep.
wide open over the middle. Penix missed
Nah.
him. Penix missed him wide open down the middle. Penix missed him, overthrew him. Got to hit those. Got to hit
Braden
those.
saying, "I'm surprised there hasn't been more points scored in this game." I'd agree to a certain extent. I would have expected it to be maybe like 14-10 or something like that. Quick question for you guys, if you're still there. Can you hear me okay on this, or
Yeah,
is
we
it
got you.
better? Is it
Oh,
better?
yeah.
Is that better?
No, the other way was better.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
Can you
there
hear
we
me
go. It was louder the way that you just did it, but the audio
Third and-
quality was not good.
3rd and 15.
Okay.
Incomplete pass. Good coverage there for the BYU defense.
Wow.
As it is going to be 4th and 15 for the Huskies.
How about Georgia favored by 50 against UT Martin?
Ooh.
I still take Georgia.
Yeah, I would still take them against the points. That's just a lot of points to give them, to be honest, though, because, like, with these new rules and the way that Georgia does like to run the football, are they going to put up 50 points?
Well, it's the same thing as like Notre Dame last week. They had 8 total drives. They didn't get one of them, and then one of the other 8 was a drive. Was the last drive of the game where they got like 2 first downs.
Yeah.
So Washington here punts it out of bounds. Boise State will be taking over the football. As we're we also had our trivia.
Trivia question: which bowl game had the most combined points scored in regulation?
Of all time, or last year, or what?
Last season. I'm going with TCU, Michigan.
I agree. Like, I can't think of another one that was better.
Yeah. I guess I'll go with that. 1st and 10 here for the Broncos. 10:08 left in the second quarter. They've got one man in the backfield
It's just
at their
actual bowl games
own
and playoffs.
10.
I think Notre Dame, South Carolina might be.
Yeah.
It'd be the
And
No, that's what I'm saying. If playoff games,
Shotgun.
if they consider the playoff games,
all the way back into his own end zone.
Could
Incomplete.
be a safety. That could be a safety.
Almost.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, he was out of the pocket.
Okay, yeah, I thought he came back into it.
He was out of the pocket, but
I think the rule's different in the end zone, though.
I honestly don't know these ground.
There was
rules.
something like that with Taj Boyd against Ohio State.
That would tie up the game.
And the
There
Washington.
it is, right there.
Okay.
Intentional grounding. Didn't throw it past the line of scrimmage.
What do you mean it wasn't past the line of scrimmage? 1 second. Can we go
they're
back?
gonna
There was
replay it.
no way it
I'm
wasn't
pretty
past
sure
line of
the ball
scrimmage.
went past, but it went outside. It went out of bounds before.
That's not a reviewable thing, right?
No. The line
Let's see here. So
Line of scrimmage was the 11.
the 11, and he throws it.
They threw it to the 17.
Okay. The refs are idiots.
Yeah. Safe to say.
Okay.
They got the line of scrimmage thing right there, and it goes way past it.
So that's a
because
bit of
you
an
screwed up
interesting
the
call.
Dumbs. It's almost like he got it past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Pretty safe to say that he got it past the line of scrimmage.
The ball past the line. I'm sorry, but this is just lunacy because the ball was at the 10-yard line. 10-yard line. He's out of the tackle box. There is no receiver in the area. There was no receiver. But he was
Outside the tackle box, it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't
just has
have
to go
to be,
past
and
the line of scrimmage.
But it went way past the line of scrimmage. the line of scrimmage was at the 10 or 11-yard line. The ball went past the 15.
I thought maybe it had went out of bounds sooner, but he threw the ball. I mean, the ball was in bounds to at least the 15-yard line.
Yeah,
Cody,
without a doubt, that's a
your
terrible
question.
goal.
I have Texas winning that game.
Same. I have Texas winning.
Ooh.
So if the refs screw this up, they cannot review this at all, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. So where's the game? Tuscaloosa or
It's Tuscaloosa. Last year was Austin.
Okay.
1 second, Anthony. They can review it, so the refs don't look like idiots. That's good. I think that there should be nothing that isn't reviewable. I think it's kind of stupid. Like, I think in my opinion, I think you should have one challenge. You miss the call, you lose it. If you get the call, you keep it until you lose it. And if you're a coach, because then that means that, okay, you got to be really careful with it, and you don't want to lose your challenge. But if you're right every time, then you should get to keep it. Because the ref keeps
and use them whenever.
Yeah. And you can use it for whatever. You can use it for a holding call, you can use it for a penalty, you can use it for whatever.
Just for the argument, just for the sake of argument, I'll go ahead and I'll say that Bama wins.
Yeah, I think I could see Bama winning, but I don't trust Bama. It's not that I trust Texas a bunch more, but Bama has too many issues for me to pick Bama.
So, those points are not going to count. It's going to be 9-7 here still for Boise State.
Just kind of in my opinion, like just some bad refereeing there. Like you got to know that ball passed the line of scrimmage. Like the ball went to the 17-yard line. That was 6 yards past.
Yeah.
He was outside of the tackle box. So, there wasn't a receiver nearby, but that doesn't matter. So, just not a good job refereeing. But we'll take a quick break before we get to this next game after the commercial break. Call reversed.
So, the call reversed on the field as it should be. So, Boise State will have it now, I believe, 3rd and 10 now at their own 10-yard line now. He's outside the tackle box. Ball went past the line of scrimmage. No harm in that throwaway at all. There.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to update my thing again. It'll take a second, but there now it's
Second and 10, 3 wide receivers to the top. Washington defense in a little bit of confusion as they drift back into cover 1 man coverage. Got a man to the outside, but definitely looks like maybe some PI.
If anything, that's pass interference on the Boise State receiver. Yeah. He wrapped his arms around the dude's head. The ball wasn't even thrown anywhere near there.
Boston College lost to Northern Iowa. Bad game from Jeff Hafley. Northern Illinois, sorry. Yeah. Got it mixed up. Northern Illinois. Jeff Hafley definitely on the hot seat. Could be fired by week 3 or 4.
My question is, how are you guys so ahead of me? I was still like 20 seconds behind when okay, I might be updated. Right now I've got 9:54. Is that the right time?
Yeah, 3rd and 10.
We just had a stat ball. Taylor Green in the back, incomplete pass, 4th down for the Broncos.
Okay, yeah, I'm still on seeing Taylor Green walking around right now.
We're on Taylor Green walking around.
We're at 9:49 though.
Yeah, I'm still 9:54. I'm
Yeah.
just seeing the snap now.
So you're about 15 seconds behind us.
Yeah.
So what do you got right now?
I just closed it out and I'm gonna reopen it.
Oh, okay, I jumped back 15 seconds to try and
Okay, here. I got you. I'm just opening it right now, and I have it at this punt. The punt was just snapped.
Okay, yeah, we're back.
And-
To the answer to the Affleck trivia question.
And it landed.
Oh, that was
Okay, it was all time. Okay, I didn't. It was the Alamo Bowl in 2011 with RG3.
Of
actually.
course, they have that.
Yeah, they didn't specify all time or not on the screen. They just said I just assumed last year. I'm pretty sure we were right last season though. Michigan, TCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known it was
67-56.
something
Wow.
different though, that it would have had something to do with somebody in the game. As Washington, the running back stood up there and got a yard of forward progress. That's about
This is
it.
a slow game. Like a lot of these games that started at the 3:30 time slot are at halftime or about to be at halftime. This game
yeah.
is still 10 minutes away from it.
I mean, you've had injuries. You've had the reviews. It's been not only that, you've had a lot of incomplete passes, which stops the clock.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you got Oregon and Portland State there at halftime. Oregon up 50-7 in that one.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Indiana. Interesting here. Ohio State only up 7-3 in that one. Indiana has the ball near midfield with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter for that one.
Penix drops back, has a man with about 30 yards of green grass. Nothing to him. Gets to the 39-yard line. Going to get him to 38.
You look at Texas and Rice. Texas only up 10. Rice has the football at their own 24, 6:08 to go. Now, and Notre Dame up 28-3. Tennessee State with the ball at the Notre Dame 11 with 2.5 to go in the second quarter of that one. And then Wisconsin Buffalo still tied at 7-7 with 6.5 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I'll be getting to all those scores at the half.
On their own 40-yard line.
I'm about to
Yeah,
pull
so-
up the Ohio State game on my phone.
What's your guys' time at?
8:03 with a second on the game clock. They just got the snap off.
Okay, so you're
Throw it deep.
Yeah,
Got
that's a man.
Touchdown.
McMillan.
McMillan. Again,
Okay.
second of the game.
yeah, so you are 20 ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Jalen McMillan, 38-yard touchdown catch. Huge play, biggest of the game. And that puts Washington back up 13-9.
Wow, what a play.
Nice play action pass there. McMillan just split both the safety and the quarterback. Got a little bit of an opening, and Penix put the ball on the money. Touchdown.
You're the safety. You can't let him get over top of you like that.
No, not a guy like McMillan. Big body receiver, fast, aggressive. The extra point's up and good. So Washington up 5 now, 14-9 over the Boise State Broncos in this one so far. As we are about 8 minutes out from halftime in this one. All right, well, we are going to take a quick little break here while there is a break in the action, but we will be back very shortly, so hang around for some more second quarter action of Washington and Boise State.
So, Anthony here, back with you. Lincoln and Berkeley aren't quite back yet. But Wisconsin, Buffalo here, 7-7, 4 minutes as our game here is on break. So, Buffalo with the ball, and they're going to run it for possibly a first down. We'll see what the call is, and they're going to say no, it looks like. So, on this 4th and 1 play, I think they're going to say that, it's 4th and 1 now. And Buffalo with a lot of men in the backfield here. 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions today. And false start. Offsides. False start on Buffalo. And, so 4th and 6 left here for Buffalo. And, back here now at Husky Field, it looks like, in Seattle.
Gosh, what a hit. Ball's out, Boise. No, nobody. Boise State does end up getting it back to the
They called
14.
him down.
What a hit.
You guys there?
Hit.
I feel like that may be targeting.
No, he ran into his old man. Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah,
either.
that's targeting.
Nah,
that is leading with the shoulder. That's targeting.
You can lead with the shoulder. You can't lead with the helmet.
His helmet. Yeah, you can't hit his helmet with leading with your shoulder.
No, that's clean.
Yeah, that's a hit. Like
he wasn't a defenseless player, so you can lead with your shoulder and hit him wherever because he's a
Wow, I just saw that replay. Yeah, so I don't know if you heard because of the hit, but I was talking about coming back and how I was about to say LSU Florida State tomorrow night. We'll be live for that.
Yeah, they're not reviewing for targeting. They're reviewing the fumble. Yeah, he's not a defenseless player. He can get hit wherever as long as that guy doesn't lead with the helmet. Because, gosh, he nailed him. No, he doesn't have the ball.
No, he's down.
He doesn't have – I don't think he has possession of it, though.
I think there wasn't.
Washington didn't recover it. There's a clear recovery by Boise. Oh,
He's
no, he
down.
did hold
He's
on
down.
to it. Yeah, he's down. That was a huge hit, though. He got absolutely rocked on that one.
Yeah, he really did. Indiana.
Sorry, Anthony. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry. So you guys, I'm not mad or anything. You guys had 100% right to interrupt me when yelling about that incredible hit and crazy play. But I was saying that LSU Florida State tomorrow night we'll be streaming that.
Oh, yes, for sure. Going to be a big game. Big 4th and 4 here for Indiana against Ohio State.
They get it
They
all
don't get it.
incomplete.
Yeah, the 7-3 ball game there. So Ohio State not looking good offensively in that one.
The quarterback situation for Ohio State is very concerning.
Nice run there for Boise State on first down. Going to get about 7, 8 yards. Yeah, they give them 8. So 2nd and 2 for them. George Halani back into the game for the Boise State Broncos. Had 600-yard games last year. I believe they said that Boise State is 13-0 in his career when he runs for 100 yards or more. So that one sailed incomplete. 3rd and 2 for Boise State now.
You got to make that ball catchable even on the run.
Yeah, had a man right past the sticks. Just Just sailed that one. I couldn't really tell if he was trying to throw it to him or throw it away. But 6 completions for 124 yards. That's pretty good. What's not pretty good is that he's 6 of 15.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, the Tennessee State guy, they've blocked a field goal. He's made a field goal, and he's missed a field goal.
Gosh.
A little bit of everything.
As it looks like a man down in that Buffalo game. He's up now. Still 7-7.
Boise State takes a timeout there first of the half here for the Broncos. Our first timeout called of the game so far that's what's crazy too about it being drug out so long is that there hasn't really been any time. I mean, that's the first time out that's been called of the entire game.
And it was only a 30-second one.
There's been 2 plays reviewed and 2 injuries, so I guess that's what's slowing it up a little bit. And just again, a lot of incomplete passes, slow moving football game.
Yeah. Texas only winning 13-3 against Rice with about a minute left in the half. Taylor Green gets the ball off just in time. First down. Broncos all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and Wisconsin scores a touchdown. They're up 13-7 now.
They're going to get Boise State with an illegal block below the waist, so that's going to move them back. I believe that's a 15-yard penalty as a personal foul. Going to be half the distance to the goal, okay.
Okay,
It says 15-yarder.
What's your time at? Are you 6:48?
No, we're at 6:32. Taylor Green takes off all the way to 23.
Not going to get it. It's going to bring up a 4th and long here. Sorry, what is your time right now? We're at 6:28.
I'm just updating. I'm 6:30. I'm still updating. I'm just continuing. Okay, I'm 6:30.
Okay.
I just saw the guy go out of bounds like 5 seconds ago.
All right. Well, I backed mine up, so we're about the same spot now.
Okay, I really appreciate that.
Clock moving for me now. I'm at 6:22.
Yep. Okay, perfect. You're 2 seconds ahead of me.
Nice.
All
right.
That works right.
We got it in a good spot then. As the punt unit is on for Boise State, 4th and 8 here. As they had a big play, wiped away from the block in the illegal block below the waist. Now here comes the punt, blocked by Washington.
Wow.
Still a nice roll. All the way down to the 27. It started to bounce back. All the way down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah. So, well, we're going to have. So, yes, 5:49 left here. 1st and 10 for the Huskies, right?
That's right. Yep.
And yeah, so that is that. And also, don't forget, Monday night, Capital One Labor Day kickoff. We're going to be streaming that Clemson Duke game. Obviously, with the resident Clemson fan in American Football Network. So yeah, now we got Washington here with men in motion. 1st and 10, 5:49 left in the second quarter, and Penix is going to take the snap. He's going to drop back, throws, and he has a man all the way down into Boise State territory.
Jalen McMillan is just lighting up the scoreboard here, stats, all sorts of stuff, looking really good. getting another pass there to his favorite target of Jalen McMillan. Michael Penix once again in shotgun, 2 to the boundary, 3 to the field side, 5:15 left on the clock as he drops back to pass. Penix sees his man downfield and touchdown.
Wow.
Washington.
Great play there.
About to say Boise State.
No, I said Washington.
No. I was saying you about to say.
No, I didn't say Boise State. I said
No. I was saying.
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. I thought you were about to say Boise State.
No, I was about to say Wisconsin.
Yeah, what a
And,
pass
yeah.
there from Penix. 2 plays, 73 yards, and a touchdown for the Huskies.
In only 43 seconds, too. I mean, that's a really quick drive. And Poke there with the catch. As also, we'll talk about this a little bit more in depth at the half, but not really that much more in depth. Ole Miss up 66-7 on Mercer right now.
Yeah, Ole Miss offense really rolling as expected in that game. I think Ole Miss is a team that could potentially come out of the West in the SEC. Not likely, but with that offense, they definitely have the pieces to. They're gonna be a hard out in that division for sure.
Yeah,
especially when you look at a team like Bama, who you don't really know what they're gonna be. You look at a team like LSU, who has to play Ole Miss, I believe, in week 4 or 5. I think September 30th, so week 4. They don't have a lot of good secondary pieces right now. They're pretty banged up and inexperienced and young. That feeds right into Ole Miss's strategy and best players. So, that's a game that it could really go bad for LSU if they don't get experienced back in the secondary, because they could get exposed pretty bad. And I believe that game is that game at Ole Miss this year? Let me look. I think that game may be a home game for Ole Miss this year.
And I will say, it's always a good game when Ole Miss plays LSU and Bama and those types of teams. So it'll be really entertaining.
Yeah, it is September 30th, and it is at Ole Miss, so that's going to be good. And this kick returner just got nailed again.
Wow.
Have to retire after this.
The most interesting plays of the game have been him running the kickoff back, because they're just running full speed straight into each other.
Yeah.
And that's where you kind of get, they're showing Pac-12 quarterbacks last year. That's where you really get the hype, and where you see in the voting is that Penix almost kind of had a better year than Williams in some regards, because they're not showing it on here, but he had a higher QBR, Penix did.
Yeah.
And he had more yards,
11 less touchdowns, and Williams also had more rushing touchdowns.
I think Penix had more rushing yards, though, didn't he?
Doesn't really matter. I don't think yards matters as much as touchdowns.
To a degree, yeah. But definitely, the disparity between first place in the Heisman and 8th place in the Heisman voting.
Yeah, so now 1st and 10 for the Broncos at about the 25-yard line, and it'll be the quarterback dropping back there. Has a man, but throws over him, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now for Boise State. What do we think about these uniforms today? Boise State with the white helmet with that metallic blue and the orange with the number on the other side, as well as the white jersey and white pants, and then you look at the Washington Classic purples.
I'm going to have to go with Boise State, though I don't dislike Washington's.
Yeah, I think Boise State wins the uniform battle. I'm giving them an 8.5 again today, much like Louisville yesterday. When it comes to Washington, I would give them a 6, like I did Georgia Tech. Not bad uniforms, but there's nothing special about them. They don't pop. They're just kind of there, but they're pretty solid. So I'll give them a 6. I'll give them a 6.5. I think they're a little bit better than Georgia Tech's.
I'm going to give the Broncos a 7 on their uniforms, and I'm going to give Washington a 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go 6.5 for Boise State, 7 for Washington. I'm just not a big fan of the metallic looking. I don't know. It could be a little bit better, but both pretty equal jerseys to me.
Okay.
Miscommunication there on the offense of Boise State. Once again, this offense is kind of getting affected by the loud crowd and just having some miscommunications. A great crowd here for Washington, and getting another stop there for the defense. As the offense for Boise State has really struggled later on in the second half.
That's for sure a tough place to play. And you're down 21-9. Washington just put 7 on you in 43 seconds. Now you got to kick the ball right back to them. This game could really get out of hand for Boise State right here because Washington could, again, their punt coverage team has not done a good job. They didn't get really close to pressuring him, to blocking him, but they got some good pressure. And
the puncher's great.
Oh, yeah, he's got
all the way
leg,
down
that's
to the
for
20.
sure. He's got a leg, but the coverage team is just not holding up too well for him as McMillan will run that one out of bounds at about the 20. He had to back up again on that one. Nice flip in field position.
Texas is only beating Rice 16-3 at halftime. Not a great showing there from Texas. Definitely would want some more points on the board. And at least 9 of those points were coming off of field goals. So
wow. Sorry, Reckley, didn't mean to cut you off. But Buffalo just made a 53-yard field goal to send us to halftime here.
Wow, so is it a 10-13 game?
14-10 Badgers.
14-10, okay.
Okay. All right. I think we can all agree today the best game's been Colorado TCU so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just as high scoring as it was, and how that one came down to the end. Oklahoma beat Arkansas State today 73-0. It looks like they've come out vengeful for this season. Going to take it out on some teams.
Yeah,
I'm all for that. Hope Grant Venables does good there. And Oklahoma's a team that could be in a good spot.
Just not a good throw.
Yeah,
from
not a good
had
throw
a man
from Penix.
both below where he threw it and above open. 3rd and 6 here for the Huskies. 3:18 left in the half. The Boise State really needs to stop here and then get the touchdown. Just get some points on the board. Get some momentum back because they really have struggled in this second quarter really to get any offensive momentum. They have 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 6 6 defensive backs on the field. Looks like they're playing quarter, half. Or never mind, they're playing man.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here from Washington. Yep.
So we'll go to a quick commercial break, and then we will be back in a minute.
As Lincoln and Reichley on break there. Wisconsin and Buffalo head to halftime, 14-10. The Badgers lead that one. But here in Seattle, 21-9, Washington leading Boise State, 3:18 left in the second quarter. Make sure if you haven't yet, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe on all of our channels, Sorgi Stories, American Football Network, The Football Expert, and College Football Roundup. And tune in tonight, tomorrow, and Monday for streams on American Football Network, Football Expert, College Football Roundup, as well as next weekend and all throughout this long college football season. It should be a fun one. Now Washington back, 3rd and 6. They've got no men in motion quite yet. Penix looks like he's going to go under center now. Men in motion, multiple of them. Penix here wants the snap, gets it, drops back, throws, and that is incomplete.
Yeah, looking for McMillan there on the out route at the first down marker. Did a nice job going through his progressions, just didn't have it there. Got it to him, but a nice job to play the ball by number 23 out there for Boise State and get his hand in there and break that pass up. Good spot, though, to put the ball for Michael Penix as he put that one on the money, but that will bring up a 4th and 6, and the Huskies will have to punt here with 3:12 left in the second quarter from their own 24-yard line.
Yeah.
We'll see if Boise State can get some good field position. or not, as this punt is going to bounce. Oh, almost hit a Washington guy, but it's going to bounce all the way to the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
So not bad field position for Boise State to take over at. Pretty decent spot.
3 minutes and 1 second left for the Broncos. That's plenty of time for them here. As we look at week 2, and that's going to be as good game as we talked about earlier. Alabama, Texas. Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe. Last year, obviously, Texas getting that win, 2019. What are we looking at? Just a preview, because I'm guessing that you guys are going to be doing a video on that game. What are you guys thinking score-wise? Like just kind of general, not a score exactly, but how much of a deficit?
How much does Texas win by?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a 10-point game, something like that. To give an actual score prediction, I want to wait and see how today's games finish up. I want to see how Bama plays against Middle Tennessee State, and I want to see how Texas finishes off the second half or comes out in the second half against this Rice team, because right now Texas is only up, 16-3? Yeah, so I mean they're only up 13 on them right now at halftime. This is a Rice team that isn't very good. So
I do have JT Daniels as quarterback. Taylor Green got a man downfield, just out of the reach there. 3rd and 9 for the Broncos. Could have been a big play there for them, but just out of the reach.
Rightly, I think you got his name wrong. Last I heard, it was actually JT Daniels Christ, as Uncle Luke calls him.
What?
I said JT Daniels has a second last name. It's Christ. JT Daniels Christ, as Uncle Lou likes to call him. Sadly, he did not play anywhere near Christ levels at West Virginia or Georgia. But hopefully he does well at Rice.
He was not good anywhere.
Yeah.
Washington looks like they're going to blitz, but they do drop out of it at the last moment and
Picked, intercepted.
Wow.
39-yard line. I'm not saying this game's over, but it is not looking good for Boise State.
Yeah, not looking good at all for them.
Two timeouts for Washington, and ball at the Boise State 40-yard line, taken over here as Green just tried to force that one in on the 3rd down to his receiver, double coverage, and just tried to force that one in. It wasn't there, and Washington comes away with the interception.
Yeah, good pick there. How's this Ohio State game going?
Ohio State's only up 7-3 at halftime.
Okay,
10-3.
cool.
10-3. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I'm flipping my TV to. It won't let me, so I'm just gonna keep it on the Wisconsin game. So yeah, 1st and 10 here for Washington at the 40 of Boise State. 2:10 left in the second quarter. Penix drops back, looks, throws. That's complete, and 1st down all the way, almost to the red zone.
What a pass to Rome Dunze down to the 20-yard line. What a throw there from Penix. He's had a few off passes today, but for the most part, he's looked pretty good, and he always responds back pretty good. So Washington in the red zone now at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Penix empty backfield, dropping back to throw again. Got all day to throw. Now he's going to step up. They're going to pressure him. He's just going to throw this one away, bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he took a long time there. I mean, he seemed like he didn't have a guy he liked. And, yeah, so that was that.
Looks like they're resetting the game clock here. Just set it back to 1:32. Second and 10 now for Washington from the 20-yard line, as they're going to fake the jet sweep. They got a man wide open down the seam. Touchdown, Washington.
Wow.
Wide open. The tight end, Jack Westover, 20-yard touchdown catch And Washington strikes again, up 27-9 now. Extra point to make it 28 is on the way.
App State's only beating Gardner-Glenn 14-10.
Wow. 3 plays, 40 yards, 43 seconds again
Even
for
shorter time-wise than the last drive.
for
the last drive was only 2 plays.
for the Huskies.
And the PAT is up and good, right down the middle. So 28-9, the number 10 Huskies lead Boise State with about 90 seconds left in the second quarter, as they will join so many of these 3:30 games in halftime, as it's about 5:20 Eastern. But man, I mean, a great game for Washington to start this. Their offense really opening up now. What do you guys think about Penix and the rest of this Husky offense so far?
They started rolling after once the second quarter started. They've been rolling. They've been looking really good. A lot like the offense that I would expect from Washington. The defense is holding up pretty nicely against this Boise State offense. Boise State's also making some self-inflicted wounds. So it's going to need to tighten up offensively with the errors for Boise State. But if you're Washington right now, just keep doing what you're doing. But Boise State going to need to make a lot of halftime adjustments if they want to get back in this football game down 19.
Yeah, so now the Huskies obviously will be kicking off. And, so if you're just joining us, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. And leave a comment if you haven't yet, as I'll be giving you the halftime scores and all that fun stuff. And then we'll be having the second half. So
Another huge hit on this Boise State returner.
Wow, yeah. I mean, this Washington special teams is they're not taking their job lightly.
Washington with 295 total yards. They scored 21 unanswered points, 206 yards here in the second quarter. Boise State with 167, only 70 in the second quarter, but had 97 in the first. All 9 of their points, I believe, came in the first quarter, if I remember correctly. I don't think they scored here in the second. But a minute 21 till halftime. Boise State 2 timeouts from their own 25. Got a chance here if they can get a big play or two to potentially score. But, yeah, we're going to play it safe and just hand it off to start the drive. And that is going nowhere. Stopped back down at the 25 with a minute 12. The whistles are blowing. Somebody's calling a timeout. I'm not sure who.
Yeah.
Washington going to call timeout. I think they should definitely add some time to the play clock because I heard them blowing the whistle for a while.
Yeah.
They had 4 seconds back to 1:15. So Washington uses the second timeout there for them. Washington trying to get the ball back, trying to put some more points up on the board, as they've already got 28 in this football game, 21 here in the second quarter. And they've looked great on these last 2 drives, or 2 of their last 3 drives. They had the punt in between. But they 2 plays, 73 yards, 43 seconds. Then they come back last drive. They go 3 plays, 40 yards, 43 seconds. So it's been great offensively. Taylor Green going to get the first down to the 38-yard line. They're moving quick. Clock does stop for the first down now, under 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay, so I think I figured out the problem with the delay.
What's that?
So it's a 2-second delay between us, and then there's another 2 seconds from my computer to my TV.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So now I have it set up on a split screen so I can see what's like happening in both things at once, which is probably what I'll end up doing tonight, for where I'll have the West Virginia and the Brewers games on the TV and just the North Carolina game on my computer.
Gotcha. Okay.
To make sure I'm updated. So yeah.
1st and 10. Boise State going to hand the ball off at the
Big
40.
question mark there. You're wasting about 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, and you're on the other side of midfield. Still have 2 timeouts. 30 seconds now. They got a little nice dump off pass. He's not going to get to
Gotta
the first
call
down.
timeout here. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 from the 41, and I think that's what Boise State's going to do is call a timeout.
Okay, I was about to question if
Yeah.
time as a clock kept run. Bad job by the clock management team with Boise State. Like the run play was kind of stupid because you probably lost 15 seconds. You'd be at like about 41 seconds if you didn't run run the ball.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. I mean, I didn't understand that play at all, that play call at all, to run the football. Not only that, you only got 2 yards out of it. Maybe you're trying to catch them off guard. I mean, because you can give up the seconds if you get a nice 8-yard run out of it. But you got 2 yards. Just a terrible play call. You had to know that they were, probably not expecting a run, but by running it, you're not going to.
They just don't have the pieces to be able to get it's just a dumb play call.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
26 seconds left, 3rd and 2 at the Washington 41-yard line. Taylor Green in shotgun with his running back to his right. He passed the ball out, and it doesn't get out of bounds. The clock keeps running.
Well, it'll stop while they move the chains for the first down.
So
a nice catch and grab there, and it looks like they're going to clock it here they clock it here at the 36-yard line.
whoever's
Smart
running the clock
play.
is not doing a very good job. He's another 2 seconds ticked off after he clocked it.
3 seconds have to run off for a spike. That's why. Yeah.
Butch Jones was emotional. He's the Arkansas State head coach after that loss.
After they got kicked at 73-0.
Ren beat something yesterday. That's surprising.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, Taylor Green and the Boise State offense from the 36, 17 seconds left. Got a nice little dump pass. He gets out of bounds after being helicoptered out to about the 32-yard line.
13
seconds. 1 timeout still for Boise State, so they got the whole field open to them. 3rd and 6 here. You want to at least get some yards.
I'm taking a shot at the end zone.
Yeah,
I'm with you from here earlier. Yeah, I think I go deep here. Even with 13 seconds left, that gives you time to go deep. You have that timeout in your back pocket. Then you can work middle of the field.
Yeah, you use the middle of the field.
You can use middle of the field here and go for anything. Really.
Yeah, so 3rd and 6 here, and let's see what they're going to do.
They
go.
There we
There's
go.
a flag. Pass
Penalty.
interference.
Yep.
It's going to be 15 yards. So you're going to get one more shot at the end zone.
Yeah, you go deep.
And unlike the NFL, it's just a 15-yard penalty, and it wasn't in the end zone. If it occurred in the end zone, then it would be placed at the 2-yard line. Which, to be honest, is not a bad thing. Like, I get being at the 2, it's helpful. But
Because think about it. On a Hail Mary from the 50, you just lay the guy out and take the pass interference in the end zone.
Yeah, he was holding that arm.
They just get 15 yards forward.
Yep.
No point.
Why are they?
They need the points.
Yeah, they do.
6 seconds doesn't guarantee you anything. You'd hate to drive all the way down the field, nice drive, and then miss it.
If it's me, I'm still going. I'm still taking a shot because you can get 5 seconds off this clock. I think you're at the what yard line? The 18?
Farther back than that, I think.
No, because the ball's at 33 before, right?
I think it's farther back than that.
Well, let's play this out. Let's say you are at the 18-yard line. If you're at the 18, you can take. I would do that. I'd still do that. I'd go.
It's not guaranteed, and they get the ball back to start the second half. I'd take the points here down 28-9 on the road as underdogs.
Yeah.
Take what you can get.
I would just send a bunch of go routes and see what you could get.
Because 6 seconds, that doesn't, even if you're at the 10-yard line, 6 seconds
17,
doesn't necessarily guarantee you
At the 17.
another play.
It doesn't, but you went at the 17-yard line.
And it is good. That makes it 28-12. 2 seconds to go until the half here, as Boise State gets a little bit closer and are now down by 16 points.
Okay, so 2 seconds left here. And yeah.
Well, look at the stat difference.
Yeah, stats have been. Yeah, the stat difference for these two teams has been, or these two quarterbacks is definitely the difference in the game right now. Is it?
Yep.
I mean, it hasn't even been close between these two guys.
Paddock 17 for 24, 264 yards and 4 touchdowns compared to that 10 for 23 and no touchdowns for Boise State's quarterback here. So 2 seconds left, and the kickoff from the Broncos is away. And it will fly all the way back, and Washington's just going to take it. And that'll take us to halftime.
All right. Well, it is halftime. Let me throw this graphic back up here. And we are going to let you take it away for the halftime show, Anthony. We'll see you for the start of the third quarter.
All right, so I will be here for a few minutes talking about this here as also start of the third quarter. We'll go ahead and get through these scores here for today, starting with, if this will load, ESPN's updating for me right now. Here, just give me 1 second. But yeah, so great game here for especially Washington at Husky Stadium in Seattle. Boise State trying to keep it close, but they're not doing that great of a job at that task. And yeah, so let's talk about these scores, starting with today's. Buffalo, Wisconsin, the number 19 Badgers lead Buffalo 14-10 at the half. And then we go to Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, only a few minutes away from the Sorgi Sports Studios here in Philly. They lead Akron 24-21 with 2:15 left in the fourth. And then we go to Oregon, number 15 Oregon, up on Portland State, 64-7 with 2:08 left in the third. Ohio State on upset alert, possibly on Indiana, only a touchdown away from only a touchdown and a field goal really away from knocking off the number 3 Buckeyes. That's 13:40 left in the third. And then we have number 11 Texas up on Rice, 16-3. They just got back from halftime there. In South Bend, the number 13 Fighting Irish up on Tennessee State, 35-3, 11:46 left in the third there. Then you go to Auburn, where they are playing Massachusetts, up 38-7, getting back from halftime right now. Maryland Towson in College Park, that's at halftime. Maryland up 28-3. And then you go Western Kentucky, South Florida, 17-17 at the half. Pittsburgh up 35-0 on Wofford in the third quarter. Cincinnati up 42-7 on Eastern Kentucky, just coming back from the half. Gardner-Webb beating App State 17-14 in the third quarter there. Keep an eye on that game for a possible FCS over FBS game there. Then you have Mississippi State up on Southeastern Louisiana 20-7 at half. About to head to half, under 2 minutes. Cal up 27-21 on North Texas. And then Syracuse up on Colgate 37-0 about to head into half. At halftime as well, UNLV 24, Bryant nothing. Then we look at the upcoming games the rest of the night. Obviously, we have the 6 o'clock game. Number 1, Georgia, UT Martin. Georgia favored by 50 points in that one. They're going to take that pretty handily. Charlotte, South Carolina State. That's at 6 p.m. Charlotte, 23-point favorites. Monmouth at Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic, the 26.5-point favorites there. Georgia Southern, the Citadel. Georgia Southern favored by 34 points. James Madison, Bucknell. James Madison is favored by, 47 points in that one. Then we got UAlbany at Marshall, 22 points. Marshall is favored by all those games at 6 o'clock. Now to the 6:30 matchups. USC taking on Nevada. USC 38-point favorites. Maine, FIU. FIU favored by 14.5. And then to 7 o'clock. Southeast Missouri State. And at number 16, Kansas State. Kansas State favored by 28. Then number 23, Texas A&M, home against New Mexico. The Aggies favored by 38.5. Army UNL Monroe. That's an Army favored by 8.5. Alabama A&M at Vandy. Vandy favored by 35. Washington State at Colorado State. You've got Washington State favored by 9.5 there. Baylor favored 27.5 over Texas State in Waco. Houston home against UTSA. But that is somewhat surprisingly, actually, UTSA not really surprising, but UTSA on the road favored by 2. Oklahoma State hosting Central Arkansas. OK State favored 25.5. And then we've got Memphis against Bethune-Cookman. That's Memphis favored by 48.5. Southern Miss, Alcorn State. Southern Miss 24.5. And the last of the 7 o'clock matchups, Stephen F. Austin, Troy. Troy is 26-point favorites. Then to your 7:30 games, we've got West Virginia on the road at Happy Valley. Penn State, the 21-point favorites. The first game between those two historic rivals since the 90s. And then we go to the other 7:30 games. We've got Middle Tennessee at number 4 Alabama, the Crimson Tide favored by 39.5. Number 21 North Carolina and South Carolina, the Dukes Mayo Classic in Charlotte. UNC favored by 2.5. We'll be live for that right here on American Football Network, College Football Roundup, as well as the Football Expert. Then we have Illinois Toledo. Illinois favored by 8 points in that one. Wyoming, Texas Tech at Wyoming. The Cowboys favored by 13.5. Or no, the Red Raiders favored by 13.5 in that one. Then to our next game here, if it would load. Come on, ESPN, let's go. If you haven't yet, while I wait for ESPN to load, if you haven't yet, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a sub, and yeah. So ESPN is still deciding to take a long time. But yeah, so give us your thoughts on today's games. Especially this Boise State-Washington game, it's not been terrible. I mean, the score doesn't do the game justice with how competitive it's been. A really entertaining matchup between the Broncos and Huskies here in Seattle. And yes, I'm still trying to get these other games up here. But yeah, if you're still watching, make sure to drop a comment. Let me know what you think of today's matchup so far. We're going to take a very quick break. On the other side, we'll be getting to the rest of your scores right here on Sorgi Stories, American Football Network, and College Football Roundup. Okay, we are back here for the rest of these scores for, or not the rest of the scores, but the rest of the matchups for the weekend. We've got South Alabama Tulane tonight at 8 p.m. Number 4 Tulane number 24 the Greenway favored by 6.5. Old Dominion will take a visit to Virginia Tech as the Hokies are favored by 16.5. Northwestern State at Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns are favored by 35. As I'm going to take a very quick break here. as we are now back, just working on some technical difficulties there with Lincoln and Reichley, American Football Network football expert. We have some more games. I'll kind of just run through them off the top of my head. LSU, Florida State tomorrow night. And also we have the game Monday night, Labor Day Capital One Classic. That's going to be Duke Clemson, as the rest of these scores aren't really loading right now. So ESPN, please start working. Thank you. As I guess until ESPN starts working, we'll talk about this Wisconsin game. Wisconsin up 14-10 on Buffalo. In the third quarter. So
we're gonna switch back to this. Hope y'all can hear me still. Okay, we are back now. Got all our scores up. Western Illinois, New Mexico State. They're favored by 20.5. That game's 9 o'clock. Rest of your 9 o'clock games here. UTEP Incarnate World. UTEP is obviously favored in that one. ESPN is just reloading on me here. I should have all my scores back in a minute. There we go. Okay, we got them all back. And as I would guess, UTEP is actually favored by 57.5 in that one. Northern Arizona favored by, UTEP's favored by 7, not 57. My bad, read that wrong. Northern Arizona favored by 28.5 in that one. Sam Houston at BYU, the Cougars favored by 20.5, and then Coastal Carolina, UCLA Bruins 15.5 favorites at the Rose Bowl, and then at the all-new Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego, the Aztecs will take on Idaho State, and San Diego State favored by 34.5. To get to your finals for today and over the weekend, Michigan beat East Carolina 30-3, Tennessee 49-13 over Virginia, Colorado 45-42. That was a big upset over number 17 TCU in Fort Worth. Number 20 Oklahoma 73-0 over Arkansas State. Number 22 Ole Miss 73-3 over Mercer. The Hawkeyes of Iowa, number 25 in the country, win 24-14 over Utah State. The Wildcats beat Ball State 44-14. That was Kentucky with that win in Lexington. Liberty 34-24 over Bowling Green. Fresno State take it against Purdue in West Lafayette 39-35. And then we've got SMU 38-14 over Louisiana Tech. And in overtime, Northern Illinois 27-24 over Boston College. Ohio 27-10 over LIU. Arkansas 56-13 over West Carolina. 42-7 Air Force over Robert Morris. Jacksonville State 49-3 over East Tennessee State. 30-9 Iowa beats Northern Iowa. And last but not least, Temple gets the win over Akron. And those are all today's scores. Then I guess I don't really think there's much else to talk about. I guess we can talk about the other matchups. Northwestern Rutgers tomorrow at noon. Rutgers favored by 6.5 in that one. That's in Piscataway at SHI Stadium. And then Oregon State, number 18 in the country, takes a visit to San Jose. And they are favored. Oregon State is by 16 points. So that's about it for the scores. Obviously, you had the Thursday scores and yesterday's Louisville, Georgia Tech 39-34. We streamed that. Stanford 37-24 over Hawaii. Kansas 48-17 over Missouri State. Central Michigan loses to Michigan State 31-7, and Eastern Michigan 33-23 over Howard. And then Thursday, Arizona State comes out with the win over Southern Utah by 3. UAB, North Carolina A&T, the Blazers win that 35-6. Tulsa over Arkansas Pine Bluff 42-7. Mizzou over South Dakota 35-10. Minnesota 13-10 over Nebraska. 24-14 NC State over UConn. Western Michigan 35-17 over St. Francis, PA. Georgia State 42-35 over Rhode Island. UCF 56-6 over Kent State. Wake Forest 37-17 over Elon. And number 14 Utah over number 11 Florida 24-11. Those are all your scores from the weekend. So we will take a break, and Get It Rightly will have you on the other side.
All right, well, we are back from the break from halftime as it is 28-12 Washington over Boise, and something just happened on the TV.
But yeah, just a quick roundup of the scores from this week or from this today. You still have Ohio State. They're up 10-3 against Indiana. Still not playing some very good ball. Or now it's 13-3. Indiana just got the ball back off of a field goal that Ohio State made. So Ohio State's offense has really struggled today. Kyle McCord, just to read off his stat line, 15 for 23, 146 yards, and an interception. Devin Brown did have one pass that was incomplete. I don't know whether he is playing now or not. Travion Henderson, 12 carries, 47 yards.
I know McCord threw an interception.
Yeah. Outside of that, you have
Good games going on right now.
Auburn's beating UMass 45-7. Rice beating Texas 30-3. Notre Dame winning 35-3 against Tennessee State. App State's beating Gardner-Webb 28-24. Not a great showing from from App State. A good showing from Gardner-Webb. Wisconsin is beating Buffalo 21-10. Yeah, so a good matchup here. Oh, good. This is against what's right.
Yeah, and that one's Rice, Texas.
Okay. So we have a 2nd and 1 here for Boise State. Big drive here for the Broncos. Here's the other thing. So let's say you do score a touchdown in your Boise State. Do you go for 2?
Honestly, at this point, probably, because it doesn't hurt you if you don't get it.
Correct, yeah. Because if you don't go for 2 and you get the 1 point, yeah, sure, great. You have 1 point, but you're down 9. And maybe you think it's fine. Like, I don't know. Oh, love me some Audric Estime. Just, he's a running back.
Come on, if it's changing, you're going to be getting distracted.
Yeah, I know. I am going to get distracted. But 1st and 10 here from the Broncos. They weren't playing, so to be fair. 1st and 10 here from the Broncos at the 47-yard line of Washington. Taylor Green in the backfield, man in motion. Looks like they're playing man coverage here. Have 2 high on the field side. Taylor Green drops back to
Yeah,
pass,
get
but gets sacked. Loses 3 yards on the sack. Indiana going to punt the ball. Really, the only thing helping Ohio State today is that Indiana is worse. Like, they're really bad. A great bounce. Going to get the ball all the way to the 10-yard line.
Can you imagine if Ohio State played a half-decent team in this game, what would happen?
Imagine if Notre Dame and Ohio State played week 1 this year, who would win? It would not be a good showing from Ohio State. I can't say definitively that Notre Dame would win, but I think Notre Dame probably would because I just think that Sam Hartman and crew is just playing much better. Taylor Green passed the ball, screen pass. You got it down to the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown, Boise State. Big screen pass there from the Broncos. Touchdown number 2. Let me check and see who that is. Do you have LSU? You wouldn't. Ashton Jainty. I think that's how you say it. 2-point attempt. They do agree with me. And
they got it, but there is a flag.
Looks like it's going to be false start is my guess.
Actually, did they even get it? It looked like they were tackling somebody in the end zone, and the ball is laying at the 2-yard line.
False start, yeah,
false
like I
start.
said. Do you have to go for it? They would have gotten it. He did get in.
That was a great play design right there if they didn't have a false start.
Who was the false start on? Was it on
I don't know.
QB or who's
Another
on?
question. Can you even snap the ball like that?
Yeah, you can.
You can? Okay.
And it's
Man,
good.
extra point is good.
19-28, Boise State coming out firing. So good play there. Notre Dame, Sam Hartman looked good again today. Steve Angeli making a throw to Holton Stays, their tight end, after losing Michael Mayer to the draft and then Kevin Ballman to injury towards ACL earlier in fall practice.
We've got Anthony back here with us. I think it's time for Anthony's trivia question of the quarter as we start the third quarter.
Okay, so this question, it's not too tough. Which player holds the record for the? Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Wisconsin, they got a big run here. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's at halftime. But 21-10.
Malusi, a big run though.
Yeah, I just thought it didn't show that it was at halftime, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Which player holds the record for the most games with 300 rushing yards or more?
300?
300.
I'll
I'll go Archie Griffin from Ohio State.
I'm going to guess it's probably Archie Griffin, but I'm going to go with Herschel Walker.
Ooh, that's actually a good guess.
Neither of you are right on this one. It comes from the Big 12, Barry Sanders.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a
yeah.
good. That's who when you said Herschel Walker, that's who I started thinking of.
Yeah, it was one of the big three. It was either Barry Sanders, Herschel Walker, or Archie Griffin. And most people don't even
the two that hit.
Like that makes sense. Look at the Steve Angeli pass. Right? Way to get out of pressure.
You guys are cutting out a little bit. I don't know if it's on my end or yours, but
wow. Says the team that's playing Charleston Southern next week. So,
guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I was saying that I don't know if it's on my end or yours, but a minute ago you were cutting out.
Oh,
you're good now.
Okay.
It says our Wi-Fi is good on StreamYard, so I think that might have been on yours.
Yeah, I'm good now.
McCord for Ohio State with a big pass over the middle.
Finally getting what they were looking
to
for.
The 24. I would assume that's Kyle McCord.
Who?
Stover?
the tight end for them.
Wow. Huh. Luke Stover with the big reception, just up the seam, cover 2, just perfectly. That's the perfect cover 2 beater.
Cover 2,
Just-
but yeah, not cover 8. They left him wide open.
Yeah.
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 I realized it when they went back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, that is
Yeah.
talk about corny. I never knew how they did that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I never knew how
I've
they
always
did that
wondered
with
how
coffee.
they did that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Touchdown, Ohio State, 19-3 with the point after about to be ready. Boise State kicks it off here. 12:49 left in the third quarter. As Boise State's kicker is worse than Pendleton High School's kicker in the sense that he can't make the end zone.
I don't think they're trying to. I think they're because look, if he kicks it in the end zone, they start at the 25. They've been kicking it short, and and Washington's been starting inside their own 20.
Not really. Washington got those 2 long returns. Remember, they got one
Well,
inside at the beginning of the game, and
to
then they
start
got
the
one.
game where they got the big return.
Ohio State, they're not going to get it. Well, you idiot! You're running out of bounds.
But you look at the big return for Washington to start the game. The kickoff was into the end zone. I was shocked he brought it out to start the game. It was into the end zone.
Yeah, so now Washington has 1st and 10 at their own 19. Michael Penix with one back of the backfield to his right has a man in motion. He's going to drop back. He's going to look, throws, and that's going to be a decent pass. That's going to set up 2nd and about 4 or 5.
This is how bad Indiana sucks.
Yeah.
Despite getting a break there for Indiana, they still gave up a first down run for about 12. I wonder if Arch Manning will get in for this game, whether Archie will get in.
You see him standing there. Texas up 30-3. I imagine in the fourth quarter at some point he'll get in.
I would assume so.
As Washington with a big pass complete down the field.
Juke move, pick 6. Notre Dame.
What game are we watching?
Notre Dame. If I start talking about another game, sorry, we had the split screen on here, and so Notre Dame.
I'm trying to keep track. I'm hearing you talk about Notre Dame and this. And I'm like, are we gonna talk about the Washington game? But I'm just giving you a hard time. There's a lot of good football happening.
Yeah.
What's your time for the Washington game?
11:20 as Penix throws deep. He's got a man, but just didn't throw it anywhere near him. McMillan again running wide. Oh, he got pushed. Okay. He got pushed or tripped up something. Is they're gonna that's pass interference down there on Boise State. Holding, okay.
You're about like 3 or 4 seconds ahead of me.
Okay. Yeah, we're at 11:15 now, but they're just now starting the replay. Definitely holding there. He had him beat.
Yeah, you've got me.
I think Penix was just kind of throwing that football to get it just to get the penalty yards. I think he was also pressured a little bit. I think he was just kind of throwing it in his direction.
So now 1st and 10 here for Washington, and Penix calls for the ball.
Jalen McMillan.
That's not McMillan that time.
That's deep and caught. Wow.
I think he's number 4.
1st and goal for the Huskies. A huge play from Penix. Beautiful throw down to the left sideline, and just a phenomenal play.
Jalen Polk.
Hold there. And that is
and he's
Washington.
looking for Dunze, and he's got him. Touchdown.
Washington responds to the Broncos' opening drive.
Romo Dunn's 5-yard touchdown catch there from the quarterback, Michael Penix, the Heisman hopeful, as
Um,
Williams for Ohio State gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
I will
Hey
say
guys,
is putting up a good performance to try to match Shakur Sanders in the Heisman contention already.
And Travis Hunter. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey
so
guys, I'm gonna leave the studio and come back in. I think there's a little delay between us, like on the feed, because just like when we're talking over each other a little bit. So I'm gonna try to leave and come back in.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and update this graphic while you do that as we await. So the PAT there for Washington up and good. That makes it a 35-19 ball game. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back with the action here shortly. All right, we are back. Looks like we got Anthony back.
Yeah.
As Taylor Green, 11-24, 202 yards, a touchdown, a pick. Offense moved down the field. Not last time though. Did get a touchdown in that one on that possession.
And run play there. So now it is second down for the Broncos. 10:26 left in this third quarter. Am I about right time, or are you guys a little bit ahead?
About right time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. And yeah, so I mean, this game, the score doesn't do justice to, I mean, how entertaining this game has been. I've really enjoyed watching this.
Oh yeah, it's been a fun back and forth game. A lot of big plays. as we got 10:08 on the clock here in the third. Green in the shotgun, 2nd and 2. He's going to take the snap, fake the handoff, look deep, throws, but Washington just all over Muhammad for Washington, just right there, and swats that one away.
Yeah, Jaber Muhammad has been a good cornerback throughout this game, so definitely good coverage there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Score update in Madison. The Badgers are up 28-10 now over Buffalo.
So they've started to pull away a little bit. What's up with Braylon Allen? All I keep seeing is that Ches Malusi's the leading rusher and has 10 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. I haven't seen anything about Braylon Allen.
Allen just scored a touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's in. He just hasn't had as big of play. He just hadn't had a big play like Malusi has to make him the leading rusher.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of screen passes with Braylon Allen this game.
Okay, so he hasn't even been the primary running back as far as running the ball.
Yeah, I think they're just trying. I think Fickle's just trying to kind of see how things go.
Yeah, I think they're kind of just playing with him a little bit and want to see what they got in Malusi.
Yeah.
As George Halani, the guy we mentioned for Boise State at running back, Boise State 13-0 whenever he runs for 100 or more yards. Today, just 6 carries for 30 yards. So not been a good game for him. As they fake the handoff to him, Green getting pressured, gets rid of it and just throws it away. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
All right, what's your as soon as I'll let me know when your clock starts running again.
What are you at?
I'm at 9:08.
Okay.
And I'll tell you when my clock starts running. I've got now.
We're actually a little bit behind you now.
Okay, like by how much?
Right now.
Okay, so I'll then go. That's probably what, like 5 seconds?
Yes.
Okay, I will try to get this time right here.
We're live.
I'll go back to about.
Our clock is at 8:50 and counting right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're not too bad. You're catching up a bit.
8:41.
Okay.
3rd and 5 now for Boise State. Need a first down here up at the Washington 49-yard line.
The Boise State 49.
That's what I meant. Yeah, Boise State 49-yard line. Need to get to the Washington 46.
Just some good defense.
They didn't get there. Yeah. Swatted away. Again, just great cornerback play. Devon Banks that time for Washington getting in there to break it up. And this is going to bring up a 4th and 5. A bit of a decision here for Boise State from about midfield, as it looks like they're going to call on the punt team here to kick this one away.
Yeah, so here 4th and 5, as you said, Lincoln. And the punt is away, and it's going to go all the way back to inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be down. Oh, it got through.
What?
Got through the hands of the that was who? Let's see there. So yeah,
how do you miss that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how you miss it. You got 2 guys there, and it just rolls right past them.
You gotta catch.
Just the self-inflicting wounds here from Boise State have hurt a lot.
As soon as it gets to like that 2-yard line, you just grab it.
Yeah, I mean, the 1-yard line compared to the 2 is not going to make that big of a deal.
And
definitely better than the 20, that's for sure.
So Boise State, to get in this game, I mean, they're to get really back into this game, Washington, I meant, to get back into this game. They're ahead. Sorry, I thought Boise State was on offense. My bad. Penix, couple men in motion here.
Penix, great game so far, 20-27, 326 5 touchdowns.
And he's going to – they're not going to get much off that. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Am I about 10 ahead?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, well, I just backed it up then, so it should be good now. I've got 752. Is that right?
We're at 57.
Okay, so we're not too far off.
Nah, we're at 750 right now.
Okay, well then I'll just back it up another 10.
Washington has really relied very heavily on the pass throughout this game.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
rushes all game long.
there's a perfect example, but I mean that's going to be incomplete under pressure there. Penix was. And yeah, so Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator for Washington, he operated a hog farm in Iowa for 7 years. And now he works as an offensive coordinator.
Nice.
The second best offensive coordinator in college football per Pro
I
Football
see it
Focus.
says too he coached the offensive line at South Dakota for a $2,700 salary.
That is, yeah. So Penix, first down, and a little bit more.
Coaches in high school make more.
Well, it said he's worked under the Washington coach since 2007, so there's no telling how long ago it was that he worked for South Dakota State.
Yeah.
As O'Dunn's with another catch up to about the 45, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And things getting a little chippy here. I mean, Boise's up to the 40. Boise State can't really be running their mouth too much right now, considering they're losing 35-19. But, you know, that usually doesn't keep people from talking.
Yeah, guys, I apologize. I'm clicking the back 10 button, and the back 10 button is not working.
Oh, no, you're good.
I'm just
going deep with this one for O'Dunn's, overthrows him.
I'm just continuously just like hitting it, and it just sends me back like a half second.
No, you're good. You're good.
So, yeah. As we have 2nd and 10 now, Penix at the 40 here. One man in the backfield. A man now goes in motion. It's going to be a run for once, and that's going to be a loss of 3 yards. So that's going to set up 3rd and 13. Not a good situation for Washington.
No, not at all. Losing 3 yards on the run is not something you want to do on a 2nd and 10 handoff. But
Tanner Mordecai just threw an absolute
Washington able to convert it. They've hit a bunch of big plays. They got a very good passing offense. So 3rd and 13 definitely isn't out of question for them to convert. They definitely got some plays in the playbook to dial up for that for sure.
Yeah, Penix with 2 men in motion, 3 men in motion here on 3rd and 13, and he gets it. He's going to throw under pressure, and it's going to be incomplete, bobbled by the tight end, by the tight end there. So Washington's going to have to punt this one away.
Big defensive stop here for the Broncos, as you really needed to stop there in order to get some offensive momentum back going.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, if you go down and you score right here, 35 with the 6 points, it'd be 35-25. You probably go for 2. I don't know why you wouldn't. Make it a 1-possession game. If you don't get it, you're still down 10. It's still a 1. I mean, maybe you kick the extra point in terms of thinking, all right, touchdown and field goal. But I would see them going for 2 to make it a 1-possession game. And, you know, who knows what happens if they're able to go down the field and score. But they got to get that confidence back offensively. And it looks like they're going to take over about at their own 25. But with that, we are going to take a short break, and we will be back shortly with some more action from Washington as they lead this game over the Boise State Broncos 35-19 in the 3rd quarter.
So as Washington and Boise State take a break, we've got Wisconsin and Buffalo here as they're dealing with an injury, 1st and 10. Buffalo really has caught the injury bug this game, which is terrible for them. Week 1, they've had multiple players injured, and it's not good. But meanwhile, Tanner Mordecai playing pretty well from the Badgers in his debut in the red and white at Camp Randall. And now the Wisconsin offense will take the field again. Make sure to drop a comment, a like, a subscribe. As we say on Sorgi Stories, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Ding, ding, ding if you haven't yet. And just, make sure to support our channels. We'll be live at 7, a little bit before 7:30 actually, for South Carolina, North Carolina in Charlotte. The Tar Heels ranked number 21. That's going to be a great game, as well as and there's Ches Malusi or Braylon Allen, one of the two, with a great run. That's Ches there. It's a good few yards. But yeah, tomorrow night, Florida State, LSU, and then Monday, Clemson, Duke. So you can watch all of those on American Football Network, the football expert, and college football roundup. This is the stream of the weekend for us here on Sorgi Stories, though, as it is going to head to the end of the third in Madison with the Badgers up. And, of course, in this Washington-Boise State game, it's 35-19, the Huskies. We'll be right back here on Sorgi Stories, American Football Network, and College Football Roundup. Okay, well, Anthony, back here as we are about to head to back into this game in Seattle we are now officially back. So Boise State with the ball. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 25. 5:50 left in the third. It's going to be play action under pressure. Quarterback throws, and he'll get about a half yard. So expect a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, or 2nd and 10. It's going to be the thing here. 5:36 and running, and we've got 35-19. The Huskies up on the Broncos. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Big drive here for the Boise State Broncos, as you really got to get a touchdown here. You really got to get a touchdown, and you got to get a 2-point conversion, to be completely honest. So
Yeah,
you really got to be able to get some points on the board because you can't let this game get out of hand. A good pass, this
wow.
game just not caught.
Okay, I think did you just see that deep ball?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. We're at the exact same time.
Okay.
And I mean, you see all the boats out there on the water in Seattle on what I can only assume is a beautiful day, and up there in the Pacific Northwest, Emerald City.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now 3rd and 10. They're 4 for 11. The Broncos are on 3rd and 10 today. Man in motion. Quarterback calls for the ball, gets it, scrambles.
Terrible job by the offensive line, but Taylor Green escapes, gets a block,
wow,
and all the way down to the 36-yard line. 4:50 left in the game. Terrible job by the offensive line, but Taylor Green did a great job trying to escape and got a good block there from his wide receiver.
Yeah. So 1st and 10, and Green five rushes for 31 yards on the day, 13 for 30, 208, a touchdown and an interception. Passing man in motion now for Boise State, and it's going to be a handoff for about 3, maybe even more, maybe 4 yards. They'll get there. Looks like they'll only get 3. But yeah, so that's a big gain. As safe to say that I'll just let this be the judge of what's happening in Madison right now.
Huh.
They're jumping. Wisconsin up 28-10. And let's just say that the players are having a pretty good time on the field. So 2nd and 6 now, as for Boise State here.
At the at the Boise State 40-yard line, drops
Play
back
action.
with the pressure
as max protection should have dropped that ball because they're going to lose about 4 yards, 5 yards, making it third and third down and 9.
Yeah.
Georgia has not scored against UT Martin, and they are 9 minutes into the game. Pretty sad. Pretty sad.
Safe to say that.
Maybe UT Martin will cover. I don't know.
Maybe. So 3:10 left here in this one. 3rd and 10 for Boise State. They've got a man in motion. Quarterback calls for it. He'll get it, drops back, looks, throws. He doesn't have a guy. So it's going to be 4th and 10, and the Broncos will punt with 2:54 left in this one. And they're going to have to do a lot of scoring in the 4th quarter if they want a chance in this game.
Yeah, that's a bad throw from Taylor Green. About threw an interception there, and to be honest, it looks more like his wide receiver was playing defensive back than he was playing wide receiver.
So now
Washington has got after these punts today. They don't go after this one, but we'll see whether it's a good punt. Solid punt down to the 20, not as good as some of the other ones earlier today, but definitely a good punt. Well, why don't we go to a break here real quickly? We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
All right.
No, Washington got it.
Rome Odunze fumbled, stripped by Boise State. Somehow they get the ball back.
Wow, Boise State had a real opportunity, and they just lost it.
So now Washington will keep the ball after the big pass completion up to their own 44-yard line. The handoff there and a lot of open room. And he'll get across midfield to about the 47-yard line of the Boise State Broncos. Nice run there.
So 1:30 left in the quarter. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Washington in shotgun, got a man in motion. Looks like it is man coverage, cover 2, man. Got another man in motion. Penix drops back, has a man open on a crossing route. Able to get him all the way across to the 23-yard line. As it is going to be once again 1st and 10 Huskies inside Boise State territory.
Yeah, nice play design there by Washington. They got the crossing routes coming across there, and the tight end as well slipping out down low as a little dump off spot for them. Nice play design there. Give Penix an easy throw, rolling to his left. He is a left-handed passer, so that's his strong side. He's 24, 34, 389, 5 touchdowns. So he's had a good game for sure. As they give it to the running back again, and he gets about 7 yards on the run. So a nice run there for this Washington offense as they just keep this clock rolling. They keep the chains moving. Okay, so they didn't mark him down. He tried to put his hand down and fall forward, but they said he was down. So 5-yard gain. Well, that's going to be it for the 3rd quarter. So we're going to take a little break. Then we're going to come back and we're going to get Anthony's trivia question for the fourth quarter.
I am back here, Anthony, here, as we are approaching the 3 hour mark of the stream. It is Washington 35-19 over the Boise State Broncos. Meanwhile, we do have a game that's actually live and not on break, and that's Wisconsin Buffalo. The Badgers up 31-10 on Buffalo in this one. And yeah, so that's in the fourth quarter. 12:32 left. Buffalo has the ball. They call for it, and quarterback scrambles, looks, throws, complete. So that is going to, and then Buffalo's going to throw it again here. Oh, beautiful play there from the Broncos. So 1st and 10 now, or not the Broncos. I was thinking of Boise State. And yeah, so that game's going on. Wisconsin again up 31-10. If you haven't, just go ahead and do us a favor, drop a like. If you wouldn't mind doing that. You know, it's free. Same with the subscribe if you want to sub to whatever channel you're watching on. Just click one button and you're good. Just make sure you have a Google account. Which, if you don't have a Google account, then make one. It's pretty nice. No advertisement from Google though. As Buffalo not going to get a first down on 2nd down, so it will be 3rd and inches now for them. And yeah, so get ready here. Fourth quarter in Seattle as Washington is taking on the Broncos of Boise State. 35-19 the lead for the Huskies. And yeah, so back to this Wisconsin-Buffalo game. Buffalo is going to run it here for a couple yards. And I think it's going to be 4th down here. Snyder, 22 for 34 on it looks like on the day. Let's see what happens here. Oh, so it's they did Wildcat they called Wildcat there with the running back, with the quarterback on the sidelines. So 4th and 1 now for Buffalo. It looks like, are they going for it? Let's see. They try to push forward. Let's see if they get there. Based off of where the top of the pile is, both signals going both ways. The call is short.
Is the call short there? Not short here in this Washington game. Is Jalen McMillan the 11-yard touchdown run to put Washington up 41-19. The extra point on the way for them as they are starting to really pull away from Boise State here now. I really expected Boise State's offense to do more than just 19 points against this Washington defense. I don't know if this shows that Washington's defense has been good or if just Boise State's offense has been bad. I'm not really sure which one it really helps prove, but either way, it's not been very good for the It's not been very good for
The road team.
for the road team in the Boise
Man,
State.
I absolutely love my TV provider. Before I'm 10 seconds ahead, and now I'm 20 seconds behind. Just because I leave for like a second and then I updated it, so just to make sure that I wasn't like super behind, and then I go behind. I'm wondering, I might know what it is. I think it's that the ABC feed is behind the ESPN3 feed. Let's see if I'm right on that.
Well, why don't you go ahead and hit us with the trivia question of the quarter?
Okay, so this is I'll give you a hint on this one because it's pretty tough. Which two teams played during the first live broadcast of college football? I'll give you a hint. It's a rivalry game.
I feel like I should know this. It's not Army Navy, is it?
No, wait, don't tell them.
Ooh, is it
I'm
Navy?
going Notre Dame USC.
Okay, so those are your guesses.
No, I'm going Navy Notre Dame.
Maybe Notre Dame, USC. Neither or are correct. It's my Mountaineers when they took on Pitt.
Wow,
Huh.
really?
Wow.
Yeah,
I never would have guessed. You could have given me 100 guesses. I never would have guessed that one.
yeah.
I think
I'll,
Notre Dame had the first. I think Notre Dame had the first radio broadcasted game or something like that.
Yeah, I was just surprised because I thought Notre Dame with that NBC deal. Yeah, I was just surprised by that.
So I'll just go ahead and give you one more question just for fun. Which television network was the first to broadcast a college football game?
That'd be ABC, right?
I'm going CBS.
Neither of you were right. Rightly, you should have gotten this. It's NBC.
Oh, I was just,
Wow. Okay.
interesting.
I'm already getting okay. I have my first one for next game. But yeah. So what ad are you seeing right now? I'm seeing Chevy.
Straight talk.
Okay, let's see if I'm about to see that.
We also might have different ads either.
Maybe that's true. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing your event is in commercial break, and I'm back. I'm back now.
Yeah, we're back too.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, we've got here we go. The fourth quarter continues here in Seattle as if you're just joining us, Washington kicking off to Boise State with 14:54 left. Boise State with the return, and the guy slips, fumble. Who has it? It's going to be Boise State.
Yeah, I think he recovered his own fumble. Yeah, he came back up with it.
So yeah, I mean he gets it at about the 10, slips and just loses it. I mean you're right. These Boise State players are slipping a lot. As I'm just looking something up very quickly about Husky Stadium. It is so Husky Stadium 2 years ago got AstroTurf. So it's not natural grass. Which could factor into the slipping. So 1st and 10 now
Yeah, I
for
don't
the
know, but
Broncos.
I mean, you continue to see Boise State just slips and slips and slips. This entire game is nice little out pass there. Again, the dude slipped
Yeah.
and fell. I mean, that one kind of makes sense. You know, you go below your knees to get the catch, but still another guy's falling down for him.
Yeah, so 2nd down here, 14:25 or 26 remaining.
Glad to see him stay in bounds, keep this clock moving.
Yeah, so second and 6, and it's going to be a run play, and that's going to get a nice 3 yards or so.
Yeah, about 3, 4 yards. Again, like to see him staying in bounds, like to see him running the football, keep the clock rolling.
As yeah, So about 8.5 left in Madison, by the way. Wisconsin 31-10 in that one. But so yeah, 13:50 left in this game. 3rd and 3 man in motion from right to left. Boise State, they call for the ball here, and it's going to be a play action pass, and that's going to get -1 or 2 yards. So that's going to be 4th and something here.
About
Also,
4th
we
and
do.
5. What
Okay,
a
we do.
field tackle there by Washington.
We do have some news here. The American Athletic targeting Army, trying to bring them in, so Army Navy would become an American Athletic game every single year. What do you guys think about that?
That'd be huge for the American.
Yeah,
I mean, they get the biggest college football game. They get a rivalry game that gets a weekend to itself. So, I mean,
Yeah, 4th and 4 now.
Navy weekend.
yeah.
And it looks like they're going to punt. So, yeah, here it goes. Oh, that's a kind of a liner there, and that's going to bounce all the way back to the 25. The returner is going to be tackled at the 30 or so. And, yeah, so 12:42 remain. And, guys, I mean, what do you think about what we've seen, and what do you think we're going to see the rest of the game?
I think we're going to see a lot of running game and short passes involved from Washington. I don't think they're going to be taking any more of these shots. I've really seen what I expected out of Washington's offense. Just very explosive, put up a ton of points. Then on the flip side, defensively, Washington's actually been better than I thought. I thought Boise State
was definitely going to get a lot of points in this game.
I'd agree.
Yeah, I thought Boise State's offense was going to do a lot better than what they've ended up doing. Which, real quick, Georgia only up 7-0 on UT
Upset
Martin.
Upset alert.
Yeah.
Closing in on the end of the first quarter, minute and a half to go in the first. Only up 7-0 again, favored by 50 there.
And of course, the one touchdown they have is the Brock Bowers rushing touchdown.
But yeah, with Boise State, a little disappointed in the offense. About what I expected defensively. They're going to have a hard time, stopping a team like this from an offense like this Washington offense. But I did kind of expect their offense to play a little bit better. They've been a little bit of a disappointment. As a result, Washington has just ran away with this football game.
Ohio State still struggle busting against Indiana, only beating them 23-3 with 4:26 left in the game. Just not a good game from the Buckeyes.
First down, a lot more for Washington.
Yep. So Washington continued dominating, but definitely something to look at in the future.
Yes, so 1st and 10 now for the Huskies. 1 man in the backfield. Penix calls for the ball. He gets it, and that's going to be a running play for maybe a yard. I love how I brought a notebook with me, like for this, that I've been like writing notes in for games, and I haven't written anything. I've been too focused on the stream.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually right now I'm moving my entire setup to the side to make sure that there is room for everyone in the Sorgi family at 7:30. Since the entire family is going to be that, my mom's like, I don't think I can watch the game, second half of the West Virginia game since you're streaming. I said, Mom, I have my earbuds in. You can. She's like, so they won't be able to hear me cheer. I said, yeah, I don't think there's going to be much cheering from us West Virginia fans in the second half.
Well, at least you're honest with her.
Yeah.
Because she knows that I don't think that we're going to win. But yeah. And how about Reichley? Let's give a quick round of applause to Notre Dame. 56-3. Hartman 14 for 17 with 194 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not a bad day for the Irish.
No, you did what you needed to do.
Let's give a hand clap for the Oregon Ducks. Put up 81 points on Portland State.
Wow,
that may be the most. That may be the most this weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
That may be the most in a long time.
I think Oklahoma and Ole Miss.
Oklahoma and Ole Miss put up 73.
70. Okay, so Ole Miss second with 77. Oklahoma with 73. Nice pass there from
Notre Dame's just too nice and only puts up 56.
yeah. Well, their style of offense, especially with these new rules, is not.
No, yeah,
They're not going to put up 70 points.
It's going to be a lot of short completed passes, run plays, stuff like that.
I'm just turning on my camera for a second to make sure this looks good. Okay, and I'm about to move my light over.
Well, I'm going to head out. I will be back for the UNC South Carolina live stream, but I will see you guys then. But till then, I will be back for that one. So see ya.
All right, sounds good.
Oh yeah, see ya. Yeah, Penix a nice pass there. They're down inside the 10 to about the 8, 7.5, and they're moving again, looking to put yet even more points up on the board. Can Penix get his 6th passing touchdown of the game? We will see here in just a moment.
Yeah. I cannot. I'm looking away from the screen right now, so Lincoln, I'll let you kind of do the play-by-play for a minute. But yeah.
We got a 2nd and goal here for Washington from about the 8-yard line. From the 7, okay. Penix in the shotgun, running back to his right. Motions out to the left. Penix faces a little bit of pressure, rolls to his right, throws this one up and out of bounds. Is caught by Jalen McMillan, but he was not able to stay in bounds on this one.
Okay. Is my camera good?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'm just making sure that it looks good. I'm about to turn it off, but yeah. Okay, so so it looks like Buffalo put up a touchdown on Wisconsin. 7:43 left. Badgers still up 14 points. So I'm not panicking, to say the least. 3rd and goal now for Washington. 7:52 left. Penix.
I definitely wouldn't panic for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it. A lot of these schools have nobody has really looked good here week 1. I mean, other than a few schools who have played some lower teams, some bad teams, nobody has really looked good. So, I mean, the only teams that have looked good have played, some good group of 5 or Power 5 schools is Michigan, pretty much. With East Carolina, and even East Carolina, who knows what they're going to be this year? They might not even be good this year. So it's definitely nothing to worry about. There's been a lot of teams having shaky starts.
Touchdown, Huskies. A run there on 4th and goal from the half-yard line. Will Dylan Johnson there with the 1-yard touchdown rush. That's going to make it 48-19.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even sure if they were going to get the snap off or not. By the way the clock was ticking down, they brought him in motion, just got the snap off, and they get into the end zone for 6 on the 4th and goal. So it is 48-19. The extra point on the way to make this a 30-point game, something that none of us saw because we all took Boise plus the spread. We thought Boise would cover. They have not. Probably won't with 7 minutes to go in this game, down 30. They probably aren't going to – a little bit of a shaky hold on that one right there on that kick. But nonetheless, it is up and good. So it is 49-19, a 30-point lead here for Washington. And we are going to take a break as we go to commercial, but we will be right back with you guys in just a moment.
Okay, well, Lincoln's going to take a break. Meanwhile, Wisconsin's still playing, so I guess I'll just do some play-by-play of that. Mordecai hands it off to Malusi. He'll get a few yards and more. 1st down. And, that's Braylon Allen, and Allen is heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Braylon Allen, and the Badgers make it 37-17. And Badger fans giving a solid round of applause as Mordecai there with the handoff to Allen, and he just does a little fake, gets through the guys, avoids a tackle, and yeah, he just got right through that line, then avoided a tackle and made a nice jump. So let's just say that Bucky's going to be doing 37 plus this PAT push-ups here, as the PAT is up, and it's good. Oh no, it's good. It's good. So 38-17, the Badgers lead. And yeah, it's this one looks like it's about over in Madison, as it is a 21-point lead with 6.5 left. So I will let Lincoln pick the coverage up from here. So yeah, we are not quite back, but I'm still here. Because why not? Um, and yeah, so enjoying this game here in Seattle, and Lincoln will probably be back in a minute. Um, so yeah, hope everyone's having a good evening. If you have not yet, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, as Lincoln from American Football Network and me, Anthony from Sorgi Stories, are here. Obviously, we just had Reichley, the football expert, just leave. Make sure to subscribe to all of our channels and College Football Roundup, as we are back in Seattle.
Yes, we're back. And Washington getting ready to kick this ball off. And the kick is up, and it is going to the end zone just barely. Actually, no, they're going to say that one went out of bounds. So, legal procedure on the kicking team, kick out of bounds.
I love
So, I
how
believe that means Washington starts at, Boise State will start at the 35. But, not really a big deal here in this one, as this game's pretty much all but over. 7 minutes to go, 30-point game. Don't think there's much left in this one that really matters anyways.
Yeah, let me just see if there are any closer games that I can flip a TV to.
Yeah.
In case we just want to call those college football FBS. Okay, 1st and 10, 6:57, Boise State drops back, throws, incomplete. Braylon Allen, while you were gone, Braylon Allen had a great touchdown, made two guys miss, and then and then jumped over the pylon to get in.
What's the score in that one?
38-17.
Okay. All right. So they're pulling away now.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just looking for any good scores. I have to edit. I'm trying to get the scoreboard a little bit bigger so I can actually see all the scores, which would be nice if they would let me. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Schedule instead of scores.
Well, real quick, how about this? Nevada USC tied at 7. Nevada football as well. Well, they just scored, so they're going to be getting ready to kick it back off to USC. But 11 minutes into the game, that's a tie football game.
Yeah. What channel's that on?
Pac-12 Network, so nobody in the country gets it. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, 3rd and 3 now for Boise State. Man in motion, gets the ball, looks, throws, 1st down. Of the games happening right now, I'd say, I don't know if you get this. I don't, but it looks like we've got. I'm seeing of the ones that are on TV, and not just ESPN Plus. We have a game that's not on TV at all, and that's UNLV Bryant. But the closest game, if you get CBS Sports Network, you've got 31-24 Western Kentucky over South Florida.
Yeah,
Um,
I've got that one. I think I'd much rather watch this game than that one, though, to be real.
yeah. And we're only 48 minutes away from Mac Brown and his Tar Heels taking
yeah.
on South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. 48 minutes to go. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a great game, a fun matchup for sure. We hope to see all of you back here with us for that game, watching that one along with us. So it's going to be a fun one for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one.
I think I'm going to flip my game to Ohio State, honestly.
Well, that one's got less than a minute left in the fourth. I don't know if that.
Oh, man, I was trying to see if okay, well, then I'll just keep it on this at this point. As Washington with a player down, it looks like. Number 13. I love how the Brewers don't start for another hour, and I just got a notification saying to get ready for the Brewers game.
Yeah.
It says
they got the Phillies tonight, right?
Yeah, PHI versus MIL about to start pitching. Nola PHI versus Ray MIL. Unless I'm mistaken, I thought the game was starting at 8. I will check that just to be sure. But ESPN would send me a notification if the game was about to start. So, it starts at 7:15. Did they just move it up?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Obviously I don't like either one of them, so I haven't, been keeping up with it.
Yeah, I'm about to check and see what's going on here because I thought it was okay. Well, I guess that changed because originally it was supposed to be so something obviously came up. Because that's not what it was earlier. But okay, well, I guess. Also, we have reached 70 views on this stream on Sorgi Stories, so appreciate you all being in here.
Nice, yeah. I think I just hit 67. Okay, I'm at 67.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm turning my TV to the Brewers game to make sure I don't miss the start of that. So I'll turn my second TV to this Washington game.
Well, if it's cool with you, I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream here. It's a blowout. And we're going to be back on with South Carolina, North Carolina in about 45 minutes. So that'll give us a nice little break if that's cool with you.
No, that's fine with me.
All right. Well, sounds good. We appreciate all of you guys tuning in. We're going to be done with this stream, but we will see you guys back in about 45 minutes for South Carolina, North Carolina. Actually, we'll see you at about 35. We're going to start that stream around 7:35. So we appreciate all you guys watching, and we will see you later tonight in just a few minutes.